Welcome everybody to the June episode of Bay Area Fightcast. MFC Stucky.
It's combat.
It's combat, and how's it been going, Ace?
It's going all right.
It's going all right. What you been doing the last month?
Um,
Enjoying your summer break?
Pretty much.
Yep.
A lot of games came out too,
Yeah.
and I've been enjoying Persona 5. Not because I just beat it.
Oh, yeah?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
So
Um,
it's up there. Pretty much up there is one of my favorites I've played. I don't know if I'm even considering that's probably like the one of the best I played. Honestly, it was that good.
really?
I had that post game depression problem basically, where it's like a lot of things just felt like boring and stuff. It's just,
Uh-huh.
I really wanted to play. Wish it didn't end that way.
Hmm.
So
Yep. Yep. Yeah. I've had a roller coaster 2 weeks. We'll just say.
yeah, I heard that's like
I've had
some trouble.
like bad news, then good news, then bad news, then like really bad news, then really good news. So
Really good news.
yeah, it's personal stuff, has nothing to do with this.
Oh.
But I've been it's like one has keep evening out the other, so I can't be too upset or happy because one thing after the other keeps coming up. So, but uh, yeah, stuff. So,
Maybe probably hop on that soon, or
hmm?
you want to just hop onto that soon, or like the good and bad stuff. What's been
What, the
happening?
bad stuff? Oh, well, I mean, yeah, some of the bad stuff, definitely. Definitely bad stuff here. Let's go ahead and talk about local events and everything, and we'll just go ahead and get the bad news out of the way. So here,
Okay.
for everybody who hadn't seen it on Facebook yet, we're having
I'm Juggernaut.
it's for the Follow Sith Kid. We're having to tentatively cancel, more or less cancel Solstice Showdown 2017. We just couldn't. As hard as I tried, couldn't find a place that really fit what we needed time slot wise. Internet, which we were ready to get rid of internet if it just meant just having a place to do it, and we would just locally record it. But then prices of everything, and it just didn't work out. And the 24th was the only day we could do it. We couldn't just move it ahead or back a week, assuming we could find somewhere, because we have to basically move heaven and earth to make time for this kind of stuff. So,
Right.
to clear a whole day when we can just do this. So, I'm hoping we can do something to make up for it.
Yeah,
Maybe in August. I'm hoping. But unfortunately, what I'm really so disappointed about was spending around $540 on all these damn games that we're not going to play.
Yes. There's been so many, but that is really unfortunate for both things. That's like twice the bad news. I guess you could say.
Ultimate editions of Injustice,
Yes.
deluxe editions of Tekken 7, just so I could have everything tournament ready.
And Eliza.
Oh yeah, don't forget Eliza. Yeah. Well, she's there. She's there,
There and kicking.
not being used.
Yep. Collecting dust.
So yeah. So I'm pretty disappointed about that, but
Yeah, that is rather unfortunate.
that's a bummer.
I was looking forward to it, but I mean,
So was I.
These kind of things happens.
We
right?
hadn't done a
So-
Tekken 7 and a Tekken tournament at all in so long, and
Mhm.
everybody always want to play it, and it's like, oh yeah, when new Tekken come out, we're probably gonna get a bunch of folks. I'm pretty sure we'd have had a bunch of folks from Mississippi at least say they were gonna show up. But usually, whenever we do Tekken, those are the only folks that do come. And Injustice and all that, and oh well. But stay tuned to all of our stuff, and hopefully we can come up with something, because the next like month and a half for me is going to be incredibly busy. I got quarterly stuff to do after we get done here, and more quarterly stuff next month. Boring accounting stuff you don't want to know. So I'm gonna have my head down, working pretty hard, plus personal stuff going on. Some of the good news I was telling you about, got to work through all that. So
Gotcha.
yeah. So besides that, other events going on. The only things I could find was both tomorrow. We got at LSU Two Road Hall. I presume you pronounce that way. Got Lust 22, which is a Smash event going on, and they're going to be playing Smash 4, and Melee there starts at noon at the like I said, at LSU Two Road Hall, South Stadium Drive in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And then, of course, as usual, tomorrow also at Gamers and Geeks here in Mobile. We got Hidden Power, Smash 4, Melee PM, as usual. Some of our ongoing stuff still. The Nerdery League is still going on at Alchemy Tavern. I think they played Street Fighter a couple of weeks ago, and I was so mad. That's Monday nights, usually starting around 9, with the tournament starting at 10 or 11, which is why I can never go. I'm asleep by then. Tuesdays, got game night at Beef O'Brady's over in Pensacola. SMS Weeklies in D'Iberville on Wednesdays, starting at 3. Now, you went to that this past week, and they do Smash 4, Melee PM, and Tekken.
They just because Tekken was released, they're like they want to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because it's a new game, right? So it was an all right turnout actually. 8 people showed up.
Cool.
I believe.
That's not bad for just to hang out and play. So yeah.
Yeah, some of the like Tekken OGs pretty much came over there, and they were like pretty much tearing up. I must have went like 2 and 2. But technically, it might have been 1 and 2 if we're not counting the bye. But I pretty much lost to the known Tekken players in the area there. It was Paul Ku and Jad.
Okay.
This is a friend of his. I remember it was he used Alyssa, and Paul was using Jin and Kuma, which I was doing okay against Jin. Kuma like got wrecked. More because like everything was just pulling out. I was like I wasn't aware of what most Tekken characters could do outside of like probably like Kazuya and Katarina and like Fang. There's only 3 characters I really play against. The rest is like completely new characters to me.
Yeah.
Plus, they have like 90 moves you have to know.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Let's see. Thursdays here in Mobile at Gamers and Geeks is the Secret Power. It's just Smash 4 and Melee stuff. And then Thursdays got Fight Night at the Wayward Kraken in Biloxi. And they alternate weeks between Smash Melee and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So that gets started at 7 o'clock. So
that's neat.
So that's still the ongoing weekly stuff going on. And go support your folks.
There's also there's also an event in Louisiana going on today. I guess it counts as a weekly. It's the Casuals vs. Friendly things. It already started at 3 p.m. and this is in New Orleans, I believe.
I think to add that to the list and get some information on that.
No, it's a Bay Area, Louisiana. Which I mean that's relatively close to New Orleans if you're around the area. So this will be fun. I don't think it's an actual tournament. It's just more of just the players there against like casual. I guess it's more of like just regular sessions. I guess if they want, they can have a tournament.
Yeah.
But
all right. So as you said earlier, there's been a lot of stuff coming out.
Too many. A lot of stuff
coming out, DLC and everything. Anyway, let's talk about Injustice 2. What do you think?
Game's pretty fun. It got my brother saying it was pretty fun.
I freaking love that game.
Yes.
I loved it. I was like, it took me a second to get back into because I hadn't played Injustice in forever. So,
you could bet what me and John were doing the whole time. We were just dissing Street Fighter V when we were playing. It was really that fun.
Of course. Yeah. God, yeah. I jumped into it and I started playing with Superman at first because he was the only character that I played with in the last game that's still in this one.
Yeah.
So, and he's basically the same. He's got like a couple of new things here and there, but so dabbled in with him at first, and then I was like, well, let me start to branch out to some other characters. Ended up going to Dark Side a little bit first, and then Atrocitus.
Oh yes,
Love me some Atrocitus. He quickly became my main character.
Really?
Yeah, even though he's slow, and this is usually the way it ends up. I usually end up picking the slowest characters in the game, like his normals and his moves are like a lot of startup and everything. So it's like everything is like really slow, but once you start to get the hang of it and kind of learn what to do, he has he has the under move with the blood. Oh, I call it the blood bowl. I know that's not what it's called. The blood
I
thing
call
comes
it
on
a
the
blood
ground.
pillar. That's
Yeah.
like Ermac telekinetic
Yeah, it
thing.
picks you up. So
And
yeah,
it's a low.
Yeah.
So you have to block low on that.
yeah. So I started getting used to getting the pickups, the mix-ups. Learning how to do those and getting folks to block high and doing that and getting folks used to do that, keeping with the overheads. I haven't got good at using
The trait.
Yeah, I mean I can, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to play it in the last couple of weeks. But
You can kind of like just treat it as Doctor Doom missile. It kind of acts like that. Poison Ivy's trait's kind of like that too. It's you just throw it and it's like it's a really slow projectile. That's like if opponent tries to throw you or hit you, they're gonna get hit.
mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a free respect for you towards the opponent, basically.
Yeah,
You get momentum quick. That's
but
good to have.
after seeing combo breaker, they had Injustice there, and the dude that came in second place, and I was watching what he was doing. I was like, I got to learn how to do that. I don't know if you saw it or not, but folks, what they'll do is they'll use the shield. So you pick somebody up into an air combo, and then you call out the shield, and the shield knocks them back up. And his what's the move? The breath, the blood.
Fire breath.
Yeah. It takes away life over time, but it also stacks. So you hit somebody with it twice, it takes away twice as much. It takes it away twice as fast. You hit somebody with it 3 times, takes away 3 times as fast. Some folks can even do it 4 times, but you get somebody stuck in a corner, and you have the trait out, and you keep knocking them up in the air and hitting them with the breath over and over again. The combo itself may do like 180 up to 200, 220, 240 or something like that, but then they'll lose another 80 to 120 just from the life drain.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, when I get some time, that's what I'm learning. That's what I'm learning how to do.
So how much health has it taken overall? Like, would you say throughout the whole duration?
Well, it's hard to say because the health over time effect doesn't count in the combo meter where it shows you the total damage.
Right.
But you can see the 6.34 or whatever over and over and over and over and over again, and you can just see his life after the combo just come down.
So would you say it's about 50% damage or more?
If you do it right, yeah. So I when I was practicing it, I got it to where I can do it like twice. When I get back into it and try to see if I can get it to where I can do it like 3 times. I probably can't even do it anymore, but do it like 3 times or even 4 times. But even folks that are really good at the game find it hard to do it 4 times. But yeah, I feel like when the game first came out, a lot of folks were like, "Oh, I don't know, man. This guy kind of sucks. He's slow. All of his moves come out really slow, and it's hard to do anything with him." But I think once folks found out that, I feel like he's about to get a nerf.
Really?
I feel like that's going to get nerfed because that does a lot. I mean, it just eats away life. So, but yeah, let's see. Besides Atrocitus, I actually ended up getting into playing through the story mode, which freaking NRS is just slapping everybody across the face when it comes to story mode in fighting games. The story mode in Injustice, the story, just the story itself in Injustice 2, I thought was just like really well done. The story mode just itself, because the story was good, the story mode was good. Just everything about Injustice 2, I just really, really like.
Okay.
I just
I never
enjoyed the hell out of that
I never
game.
did get to beat in story mode yet. I'm like halfway through. I've been on the Tekken 7 grind.
Oh well. Yeah.
Is that good?
What, Injustice?
Yeah, the story, because I heard like mixed opinions, but I
thought
heard
it was
some
really
people said
good. I thought it was really good. Continuing
good.
from it was pretty much what I thought it was going to be, but still well done. It's 2 different endings depending on there's a choice you got to make near the end of the game, near the end of the story mode. You have to basically make a choice, and then you'll get one ending or a different ending depending on the choices that you make there. And it's not hard to go back and just make the different choice right at that point. Um,
That's cool. So multiple endings.
mm-hmm.
Oh, that's sweet. I
It's
always love
multiple
those.
endings, and then there's some fights where you have a choice of who you play, and it just changes. Doesn't really change the story. It just changes who fights at certain points,
Yeah.
and sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. Let's see. I jumped online with it briefly. Got my butt spanked the first 2 matches, and then went on to win. I think the next 9 straight, and I hadn't played online since. So I got a 9-game win streak. And I'm hanging on to it as long as possible. I'm sure everybody's really good at the game now.
And there's the whole gears thing. You gotta.
Yeah, which I thought I'll be honest. I was like, I don't think I'm going to mess with this gears thing. Man, that's all. I would jump on to the alternate worlds thing. What's it called? Where it's like the different worlds that you go to.
Guilds?
No. The towers. They were called towers in Mortal Kombat. I don't know why it's killing me.
I was gonna call it towers too.
Yeah,
but
basically towers. Yeah. I jump in there just to open up more gear and get more money to buy stuff, and because some of that gear it is pretty cool. I gotta admit. But yeah, to me that's easily the fighting game of the year so far. To me personally.
it feels like it.
I mean, it's just really good. Looks really good, plays really good story mode, tons of extra stuff to do in it. The gear,
The
gear system.
customization is fantastic.
Yeah,
I
gear
just
system is
wish
nearly
I
as-
wish they had a little memory card system. That way tournaments could use them.
Oh well.
Like it doesn't even need the stats and stuff. Just
Well,
like
one thing.
cosmetics.
Yeah, one thing I don't like though, because like on both accounts, my dark side has the eye beams where he turns around instead of the up eye beams, which I find I never use.
Mhm.
He turns around and shoots, and it comes from the other side.
Yeah.
So I find myself using that one all the time. But then if I ever go to an event or something like that, well, that move's gone, and that was one thing I was concerned about that I think is going to end up happening to me. You get used to the extra moves that you equip with some of the gear.
Yeah.
And
There's been some little debate about that early on the NRS trade. I think that some people were wanting that legal to use, but the problem is like I don't think everybody has that.
right.
Right.
Well, right. You'd have to make sure every setup has those things open.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that
it's
seems
like-
kind of hard to do.
It,
You can't like I don't think you can purchase that. You have to like
No.
grind it.
no,
For it.
you have to grind it. You can. Well, I hear you can buy boxes. I haven't figured out how to buy the little boxes yet because I got like millions and millions of whatever the money is in that game.
I think it's by PSN Store.
Oh, sorry to hear that. But yeah, either way, I really enjoy that game. It's so good. Have you played Rev 2 yet?
Nope.
No,
Of all the new games, I think that was the one I didn't touch on
I haven't played it yet.
because I heard the PC version got botched a bit.
Oh, really?
The same problem that Xrd Sign had when it
Uh-huh.
first came to PC with the random memory bottlenecking that happens.
Uh-huh.
Basically, where like after some time, your frames per second will just instantly drop, go to 20 or 30s or less, and keeps going, and then like it just wouldn't run correctly at all. You have to exit the game,
Really?
and it happens after some online matches take out. It was the same problem that happened early in Sign. So that same problem came back to Revelator 2 on PC for whatever reason. And apparently it was an easy fix around Sign's time. Someone was able to do it correctly on the next patch, and everything was pretty flawless. So it was like really good.
Sounds
Well,
good,
of course, this is a whole thing about not people not liking the variable setting for net play.
though. Mhm.
We usually like fixed, right? Because variable, that if it spikes, all of a sudden the frame rate will change to 16 frames or something and
Mhm.
stay that way.
Hmm.
So that's a problem. So and
That's
also
weird.
it just alternates. Nobody really likes that. So, but that's just other problems like turbo problems. You don't really have to worry about. But this bottlenecking problem, that's a big concern. Well, more so that I don't even understand how that came back in the first place. I think that happened to Street Fighter 5 too, right? Something happened early in the game's lifespan where it was a big problem.
Mhm.
And then like sometime around like the 6th or 5th patch or something, it happened again. And I don't know what it was.
Oh yeah, it was something. I don't remember what it was either. I tell you what, this newest, patch that came out and everything, and I guess folks were having issues connecting the fights or whatever in Street Fighter Five. I've never had an issue. You go to connect to a fight, I connect to a fight, it's fine. This patch is supposed to fix that. Now I'm waiting half an hour to connect to a match. It's like, I thought they said they fixed this. I never had this issue before, and now I do.
It's probably the fact that some people might be jumping on to Tekken 7.
That's possible, I guess. That's very possible. But yeah, unfortunately, I hadn't had any time to play Rev 2. Tekken 7,
Another good game.
very good game.
The only issue, no tutorial.
Yes.
Up
Yes. When the reviews started coming out for it, the one knock every review I read about it, I read for it said that it's like there's no, it's like if you're new to the game, it's like good luck. You just scroll through the 117 moves and try to find the 6 that that you can do and keep going with it, because don't expect the game to show you how to do it. And
live like the old times. And you got to challenge yourself through that.
yeah,
No one's
yeah.
telling you. You got to find it yourself.
And I guess
That's pretty
that
much
was
how this is looking like.
I guess that was his idea. It's like, we're going to go back to the old days when, if you don't know how to play the game, well, too bad. Get good. But for crying out loud, man, you can't throw a move list that's 17 pages long in front of me and say, learn this. And it's like, I can't.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you're just gonna have to end up going to like some Discord, taking or like just do some searching online. Like, there's even a link for like 15 of the best moves for every character. So
Someone
was willing to do that.
Yeah, that's definitely the good thing about being alive now when the internet exists. You can go find stuff, YouTube videos, facts and stuff like that. I'm talking about like when, when Tekken 1 and 2 and everything was coming out. And, let's see. I guess the internet technically exists, but I didn't have access to it yet.
Yeah, I didn't really have it either. We just, I remember back then we had to I had to wait till my brother go to like the school library or a library that had internet.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, you got cheat codes? Let's use it. Use it on Fighting Force 2 or use it on other games. I just remember that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the old days when, like, Darkstalkers 2, when it came out, we basically just was like, all right, let's throw in some money in this arcade machine and just do motions until we learn everybody's moves. Does he have an uppercut? No. Does he have a fireball? No. Does he have a flame? Yeah. Okay, cool. Just kind of learn it that way. But, yeah, that's a big deal, particularly for new players to that game. I imagine they're probably going to have a hard time, because even when they think they're doing okay, then they jump online and they run into somebody like Paul or somebody and just like, you press one button and you're dead. You're up in the air getting twirled around, kicked, hit, bashed up against the wall, knocking through the floor. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, there's a stage where you could like fall down 3 times in a row.
Really?
Yeah, it was like some ruins location stage. You go into that one and it's like, imagine like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 where you can uppercut someone in the roof.
Into the roof, yeah.
But it's the floor, but you go like 3-4 times, and
Jeez.
Yeah. They should make a stage where it's like you can uppercut someone. So like, Devil Kazuya has like a sidestep 1 or 2 that like rises up in the air. That'd be nice to give a Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3
through
effect.
the ceiling up to a new stage. That would be cool. I mean, there's DLC coming out for it, so you never know.
Yep. Tekken Bowl should be coming on that one.
Yeah.
That's the rumors on it.
Yeah.
And I seen it myself, and they were in it.
They were in it. Yeah.
Yes.
But no, otherwise, the game is pretty great though. It's a lot of fun. I got to tell you, I played through the story mode.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it.
Yes, I played through all of it too.
And then
let me know how it goes.
So I played through the story mode, and then after you beat story mode, you basically fight Shin Akuma at the end.
Wait, before that, did you have any trouble with? I mean,
should
we even talk about this because spoilers?
I hadn't played been into a Tekken in a long time, at least since Tag 2, and even then, by then I completely sucked at the game. So, but I played it on normal. I didn't play it on in the harder difficulties. I played it on the 3 stars, and that was more than hard enough for me. Although I'm hearing a lot of folks are having trouble even on 1 star.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that not the very final secret episode, but the one before that. I I can see people have a problem with boat.
Like the
On
final
easy.
fight, I didn't have that much trouble with it. My problem with it is, I never played with the characters that you're forced to play with in the story mode. I never played with any of those characters before. None of them. So
You had to use
that
the
was
story
my
assist,
biggest
basically.
deal.
The story assist thing. Just had to
Yeah,
use.
yeah. So
I had to use that for the final Sunakuma battle.
oh god,
Which I mean, I did I did on both normal and hard, and I had to use like some laser exploit that's possible you can do.
oh, if there was a laser exploit, I never found it. Trust me. Um,
I mean, there's probably a better authenticated way to do it, but online. But
So-
I just went to a simple.
when did
like,
that come out? Last Friday, right? Tekken 7?
I thought it was this past Monday.
No, it was last Friday, June 3rd. June 6th. Yeah, well, that's when I got it anyway. So I played through the story mode.
You're right.
I played through the story mode on my account, and then I played. Like I said, I didn't really have that many issues. I had trouble fighting Claudio, I think his name is.
Yeah.
The guy, the
Blue Arrow.
medium guy. Yeah, I had trouble with him because that's when the game kind of ramped up the difficulty a little bit. And then, but other than that, some folks I had to fight like two or three times, and I got through it. And I didn't have that much trouble with the last part. I mean, it was tough, but I didn't think it was, it wasn't impossible.
Yeah.
Then I got the Shitakuma. That is the reason I have not played that game since.
Oh wow.
I finally beat Shinnokuma on Tuesday. I finished story mode Sunday afternoon, I think.
How many minutes do you think it took you, or hour?
To beat Akuma?
Well, okay, for the boss before that one, because there was a trick to beat the one boss before Sunakuma.
Who was that? Oh, that was
Double-
Heihachi, right?
You
You
were
were- yeah.
Heihachi.
You were Heihachi?
Yes, player is.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you played Heihachi. Yeah. I didn't have that much trouble with him.
Really? Huh.
I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to make it sound like I beat him the first time. No, but I might
'Cause
have.
I had a hard time
I
figuring out how
might
to.
have did it like five or six times, but I did it.
I think it took me like 30 minutes on normal without story assist. Like, I was just figuring out how do you get through the armor problem.
Oh, I definitely use story assist.
Oh. I had to use it for Akuma. There's no
Uh-huh.
way. There's
well,
no way you could do that probably
okay.
without story assist.
Yeah.
Without the exploit with the laser probably.
So, are you playing it on the harder difficulty or normal or?
So before the Sunakuma battle, it was all normal without story assist. Then I did Sunakuma without story assist on normal.
Mhm.
Then for hard mode, I had to use story assist.
Oh God. Yeah.
Because your
You
life
actually
is pretty.
played 10
your-
star.
Yeah, because your life is pretty much like normal, like a normal game. It doesn't have like 200, 300% health or something like that, and hard. You're actually like really like 100% health.
Okay.
So it's like you're actually taking real damage
Oh,
from
yeah.
like fights and all that.
Yeah.
It might be more.
But yeah, I beat it on normal, and I was like, I'm done. I'm freaking done with this game. I
That-
put it down.
That was like some Neo
fought
Geo
him-
level kind of boss, right?
I fought
From
him.
SNK?
Yeah. When. Yes. When I finished it on Sunday, I was like, okay, I know Shinakuma's next. Because what I did, I saw Max do his boss rage. I think he did it Saturday night into Sunday morning.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and he did it on 10 star. He did the whole story mode on 10 star.
Mhm.
When I went to sleep Saturday night, he was like in the third or fourth fight into the story mode. I woke up the next morning. He was still fighting. What's her name?
Kazumi.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I had a hard time with her too. I think too.
yeah. She was
I
was rough.
I think it took me 3 retries. I think.
And that took me a lot of tries before I finally beat her. And that's why I was like the end of the game I thought was easier than she was. So I woke up like 4 o'clock in the morning. He's just finishing up with her. He's getting through the end of it and everything. He finishes story mode, which was hard enough, and then he was like, but it's not over. So he goes and start fighting Shinnokuma. He starts fighting Shinnokuma. I want to say it was it was Friday night into Saturday. It must have been, because I had to go over to Bay to meet clients. So that must have been Saturday morning when I was watching it.
Hmm.
That was about 5 o'clock in the morning, I think, when he started fighting her. I had to leave. I left the house about 10 o'clock. He had just beat him when right before I left to go to work Saturday morning.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. And I was looking at it like, oh my God, this is impossible. This is freaking impossible. I don't know what the hell. So then I got to him on normal, And the first time, this is what made me so mad. The first time I fought him, I almost beat him. He only had that much life left. And I was like, oh, okay, couple more uppercuts and I got him.
Did he hit you a focus attack?
Yeah. And it took me so long to figure out, so, he has a pattern.
Yeah.
Once his life gets down so low, he'll start to
teleport him back and do red fireballs.
Well, yeah, but that's not so bad.
Yeah, because you just air laser.
If what I finally figured out is if you're in a certain range when he starts throwing the fireballs, you just sidestep the second fireball and then do his little kick thing.
Launch
he'll
kick,
go over the third one and hit him. But after he gets down to like around half life, he'll start doing a stupid attack. And if he hits you with it, you're dead. No matter what happens, because he's going to do the freaking Raging Demon, which takes away KO. 100% health. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, yep. So many times I got so close to beating him, and then and whoop, it's soon power.
Yep. Yeah, well, the good.
And then I sit there and steam for about 5 minutes, and I turn the system back on and go right back into it.
Yeah.
But I spent about 3 hours Monday night.
Because then we had that too, by the way, and the boss before.
Yeah.
Zenokuma.
Yeah.
The boss before that even had a one-hit KO or Rage Art.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Because when he first charges up, if you hit him when Rage Art comes out, yeah, it's 100%.
Oh, okay. I guess I never got hit by it. I love
that
there.
I guess it's just a matter of RNG. If you can take him out the second time easy, because if it's possible you can knock him down and get his setup going, then you can probably take him out easy. It's just if you take out that whole it's just exploits alone. You need it. If you don't have the exploits, then even Senokuma is gonna be like, right, man, that'll probably take too many hours.
Yeah, I think that's easily the worst boss I've ever played in any game, and I only played it on normal. But yeah, it was 3 hours on Saturday and another about 3.5 hours on Monday, and then another 3.5 hours on Tuesday. And that was 3.5 hours of, playing it, doing some work, doing something else, coming back, playing it. And then I finally got him. The first time I finally got him down to his first life, I forgot what to do when he, it'll stop and he'll do it, but then you say something too, and then he comes at you. So I'm like, okay, I guess I just jump here. No! I got hit by it, and I forgot you have to do your own Rage Art. So
yeah, that happened to me too.
So that was about an hour and a half before I finally got there again. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this? Oh, crap, I was supposed to Rage Art there. That's right. So, yeah, but seriously, that made me so frustrated with the game. I literally have not played it. Well, I'll take that back. I played it for a few minutes before I went to work yesterday, actually. I got back into it just to play some of the character stories. Why didn't they put the character story at the end of arcade mode? Why do you got to go into story mode?
I didn't even touch arcade mode. Is that true?
So, yeah. So the arcade mode is just like 6 fights and you're done.
Like that's worse than Tekken 5, I think. Tekken 5, you even had intro illustrations, right? Yeah, Tekken 5 had intro illustrations.
I never really played Tekken 5. I never played Tekken 6 at all. I had Tekken 5.
Tekken 6, I heard, did it pretty well.
DR.
For story.
But I never really played it that much.
DR was, I think that was just mainly for online multiplayer.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. And I only got it because it was like on sale on the PSN store for like $5 or something. That's like the only reason I got it at the time. But yeah, I thought that was weird. They put the character endings into story mode, and you unlock the different character pages. So there's the story mode on this side, but on this side is the character stories. So I played a couple of those, and it's like, oh, here are the characters. I was wondering what the hell other characters. Cause I knew characters had endings, but I played arcade mode, and it's like, well, there was no ending. What I do? Did I do it wrong? Was it like Garo, where you gotta get so many points or something before you get to the end to get the actual endings or whatever? So I just thought that was weird.
Yeah, I think they probably should have just put that part in.
They should have put the character
mode.
Endings.
Yeah.
At the end of arcade mode, but
I guess they just did it for the player's save of time, probably.
Maybe.
You just get right into the story parts, right?
Because I did Asuka's. I did I did Asuka's, Jin's, and Hwoarang. And like each of them is just like one fight. So there's a cutscene, one fight, and then the ending.
Yeah.
So, but it's all happened like what all the characters were doing before the story. What wrong I did here because I just want to see why he had the patch on his eye, and it did explain that his and Jin's ending.
Oh,
Both
really?
are kind of
I'm curious
they're kind
about
of the
that.
same ending. It's nothing major, nothing. So, okay, that's how you got the patch. Okay, but yeah, I'm looking forward to get back into it probably next week sometime. Now that my rage over Akuma's done, I beat him. I was just like, I felt accomplished. I hadn't felt that good about beating a boss since I beat probably God Rugal at the end of CVS 2
Oh, yes.
on the highest difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't felt that good since then about beating a boss in a fighting game. But no, the game is pretty good though.
Just the whole tutorial thing.
Yeah,
should've been
yeah.
good.
Hopefully they'll throw that back in there when all the DLC start coming out.
Yeah.
Um,
It's funny because like Street Fighter 5 like has all these colorful problems. They got the tutorial in. Tekken 7 didn't put it in.
yeah,
You know,
and still.
I'm not gonna let Namco slide with this one. They should have put
Well-
that in. If they put that in, I can't really think of other problems with the game other than the PS4's online problems I heard it has.
Which I heard
PC's
there's
perfect.
a patch for it now. That
Yeah, it's
supposedly
patched.
fixed it.
Yeah.
But going from some of the stuff Harada said before the game came out, it kind of feels like he purposefully did that. Kind of
Did
because
what?
there's kind of a backlash against all these games coming out being oh, they're too easy, or they're trying to make it accessible for new folks to come in, which I still don't see what the issue with that is.
I mean,
But
if it's
I think he was just like, oh yeah, well no, this game is for real fighting game fans. You're gonna come out here and you're gonna learn the moves, and you're gonna do it the old way. But
I mean, you didn't even really have to change the game. Like,
well, no,
I mean,
but thinking about new folks coming into it,
mhm.
you got a game like Injustice or Exert. When that game came out, that game had the best tutorial mode I'd ever played in any fighting game. Period.
Yeah, I think
It walked
I think,
you through.
yeah.
It walked you through everything. Explained what everything was. That's why I was saying to somebody about 7. It's like somebody. If this is somebody's first Tekken game,
Mhm.
good luck, because they got to know what the white arrow means, what the black arrow means, what the star means, and then what the black arrow after that means. Because there's no description of what that stuff is. What's the difference between a white arrow and a black arrow? What's the star mean? So, I'm supposed to bring the stick back to normal and then go do and then hold, and no explanation about any of that. And
That's funny. I don't really know what the arrows are right at the moment. I just know the notation.
the white arrow is hold, the black arrow is like tap. And then
black
and
is
then
tap, right?
Huh?
Black is tap, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Star
then
is
star
like,
is
instant, ain't it?
No, I thought star was go back to neutral.
Okay, you might be right.
Or like kind of a gap. Yeah, like because I know like some of the uppercut moves. I think like Kazuya is his is like forward down star, then forward again, and punch to do his uppercuts.
Oh,
I'm
like
not
the
mistaken.
EWGF Doria?
Maybe I don't know. But it's stuff like that. It's like hopefully he'll think better of it, and one of the free DLCs will be, hey, here's a tutorial mode for all you idiots. But like business wise, I don't think that's a good move, because you get somebody who's trying to jump into this game for the first time, and again, they don't even understand what the how to do moves, and they're getting their butts kicked by all the folks online. That guy's not going to come back and play that game again, and he's going to go tell his other friends that aren't really into fighting games but heard about this new game coming out, and everybody kind of likes it. Oh no, don't play that game. It's horrible.
really
It's so hard. Yeah.
Play Street Fighter 5, it said. No, wait, no, they're never going to say that.
No,
they're
going
to say Injustice 2.
Yeah, they're going to say Injustice 2, exactly. Because even if you suck at that game, you can at least
There's
do some
like
pretty
story
cool
stuff. There's
Of course,
a lot of customization stuff you can do too. There's a lot of things you can do.
of course, with 7, I would just say, just pick
Katarina.
Eddie, or apparently her now. Yeah, apparently she's the new
Yeah.
Eddie. Even though Eddie's still in the game. Just pick Eddie and just hit the kick buttons over and over again. You'll look awesome doing it. Trust me.
He has some like weird hop kick move. I don't know if it's up 3 or 4 where he can continuously do it, and it's like plus on the last 5th hit or something like that.
Oh, really?
That trick was like on the, I think it was either 2nd or 3rd hit. There's a gap in it where you can perfect EWGF it at least with Kazuya.
Okay.
Of course, perfect EWGF seems hard, I think.
You know what I find hilarious?
Hmm.
I've watched, I was sitting here and working. I'll have streams going on and stuff. I watch streams. I've seen folks playing it. As much as everybody moaned and like, oh, get this, super anime cat girl Lucky Chloe out of my game.
Oh, you were hearing all these complaints?
Oh, well, this is before the game came out. When she was first announced, and then
yeah.
she's out. No, nobody's ever going to. Everybody's using her. Everybody.
Good.
It's like it's funny because I was one guy
Harada was joking about that too, like a while back, saying
that he
the
wasn't
American release was going to have like some stereotype muscle man or something like that.
Yeah. One of the guys I watch, he was one of the ones just totally just like, oh, this stupid girl. That's the only character he uses now. He actually finds out, he kind of apologizes, like, hey, I actually enjoy using her. I'm sorry. So,
it looks cool.
I just thought that was funny.
I think
it's funny when when you change her clothes and everything. I never recognize her when she comes out there. And it's like I always think she's the girl from like Indonesia or where's she from? The Philippines or something like that. What's her name? Josie.
Oh, yeah, Josie.
Yeah. Every time I see Chloe dressed up as somebody else, I always think it's her because it's another relatively smaller girl or whatever. But
I think a Katarina like Josie too. Sometimes if you dress her up right. Sometimes
much bigger though.
Because Katarina, you can modify her hair. I don't know. It gave me that weird like Bayonetta vibe that you can give her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it confused me because I was like, is this Josie? But it's really Katarina.
But yeah, I'll try to get back into Tekken 7. I'm never going to be good at it like I said. I used to actually be good at Tekken back when the second game was out. I knew everybody's 2 10-hit combos and everything. I was
Bruce Irvin's down forward in 2. Yeah. What was it? He does like a little sweep and then an uppercut and does like 80% damage.
That's all you have to know, man. I love Bruce. So yeah, those are all the new games that are out and everything, and it's a good time to be into fighting games. But if you're into all these fighting games, you spend a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
you spent a whole lot of money in about 5 weeks span. You spent so much money. Anyway,
not good times, though.
Yeah. So, heard any good leaks recently?
Plenty.
Recently, yeah.
Plenty.
Yeah.
There's 3 actually.
There's let's talk about Street Fighter V first.
Okay.
If you will. Let's go ahead and get it out the way.
Super Street Fighter 5. Do we even have?
So
pull it up real quick?
Well, I want to talk about the characters real quick.
Yeah, we got to pull it up real quick.
So
I don't remember what they were.
Who the characters?
I can remember. Oh, you already have it there.
Yeah, I try to prepare, man. Abigail.
Oh, there's more.
Well, there's just the 3 for season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get to that later. Yeah. For now, I want to talk about the rest of the characters for season 2. So Abigail.
Who?
Abigail. From Final Fight. I keep forgetting how young you are. You probably never even played Final Fight.
You mean the guy's teacher or something like that?
No. That's the other guy.
Oh. I don't know who it is.
He's the big guy in the silhouette. He's apparently going to be the next character. So Abigail is he's a boss character from Final Fight. He's huge. It looks like a wrestler. In Final Fight, I believe he had face paint on, but a lot of the art doesn't have that since then. Got the mohawk and everything. From what I heard, he's supposed to be huge, like really, really big. I don't know if he's just a grappler or just a really strong guy. I hope he's just a really big, strong guy because that's going to be my main character out the bat. That's who I like.
They're gonna put more command guy characters in this game.
Probably.
Season 2 is pretty much Wrestler Fighter 5.
Well, I mean, they really only put one.
I guess if you consider like Boxer and like probably Urian, I guess, or Karin, that's like probably like the non-grapplers, but the rest like And you
many
have
grapplers
Laura,
is-
Mika.
Laura, Mika.
Mm.
I guess Birdie technically. See, to me, just because somebody has the command grab doesn't make them a grappler. To
It
me,
doesn't.
a grappler is a character who depends on
Depends on
the
the grapple
command grabs.
itself, and then
to
has
do-
to make the mix-ups there work or not. And
Yeah.
if they don't, then they have to be put away, and
Yeah.
they have to work themselves in.
Because they would drive me nuts in Street Fighter 4 when everybody
Yeah.
would say that E Honda was a grappler.
He
I
kind
was
of
like,
wasn't.
"What?"
No.
It's like, no, he's not a grappler. He's got a command grab. It's like, well, by that train of thought, Guy's a grappler.
Guy's a Wait, his Ultra.
What?
Guy. Oh, unless you mean jab, strong, fierce, and low roundhouse command grab.
Well, yeah, he had that throw. He had the air command
Yeah.
grab. I mean, so he's
Okay.
a grappler too then, right? That's what I always throw at everybody. They're like, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So E Honda was not a grappler.
It's kind of weird when you even say like Abel's like a grappler.
Yeah, well, see, to me, he falls into the same kind of category as Laura in 5.
Yeah, but see,
Where,
it's
I mean,
hard to
yeah,
call her
you-
out
you-
as a
you
grappler
can-
too. Because,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
see,
'Cause-
they can get in easy,
Yeah,
and they don't have to rely.
and they
so
don't have
much.
to rely on the grapples, but they can,
Yeah.
and they can use it. You can kind of do either or.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like say Abel was kind of the middle guy in 4, and she's definitely the kind of the middle person in 5. But I'm hoping Abigail's not a grappler. He wasn't really in Final Fight, but then again in Final Fight he had like 3 moves, so it's kind of hard to go off of what he's gonna do on that. Then Manat,
I'm Juggernaut.
the girl.
Oh yes. So,
Thanks for the follow.
yes, thanks for the follow.
Uh,
It's some girl that looks like a.
the Egyptian girl. Now everyone thinks she's the girl in Ed's ending, Ed's story,
yeah.
which I still hadn't played his story yet.
I haven't either.
But I've seen plenty of pictures. First time I saw a picture, I was like, oh yeah, that's got to be her. Now the only difference is her hair in the story mode is just like flat, and in the silhouette, she's obviously got like something going on up there. But everything else seems to perfectly fit with her. And plus, in Ed's story, was obviously in the past before a week passed and he grew up and got all buff and everything. So. She probably obviously would just have new clothes on, just like Ed. No one even figured that was Ed. Everyone thought for sure it was that that guy in Guile's story, or just in the story mode. Oh yes, it's the black guy from the story mode. It's got to be him. Look, he's got the hat on. Then it turned out to be Ed.
What
So.
was the guy's name?
I can't remember.
It just sounded so generic.
Yeah.
But I mean, even
Like
these
Joe or
names,
something, I don't know.
even these names sound weird to me though. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's why I keep saying who. They're like
Mhm.
they're like weird.
Well,
names.
Manat is what they're saying her name is, and she's supposed to be like a follower of Rose.
Mhm.
So, assuming it's her, she's probably going to be very
Playing
similar
like
to Rose.
Yeah.
And then Zeku, that's
Who?
Guy's master.
Oh, okay.
So Kevin should be happy about that because it's presumed he's going to play kind of like Guy. Probably have
Isn't he big?
Zeku? No, not really.
Same size as the guy?
Maybe just a tad bigger, depending on the artwork you look at and everything.
Because
But the guy
he's
at
gonna be
the
like,
end with
oh,
the hair
he's
and everything.
probably might say so. He's slow. He's nowhere near like Guy.
Well, I mean, he was the master of the Bushin Ryu before Guy was, so
Yeah.
So I presume. But you may be right. It would be kind of funny if he was similar to Guy, but he's much slower. He's older. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
But those are the characters that they're looking at for season 2. Kind of all makes sense. When do you think we're getting Abigail? You think Capcom's going to announce anything next week at E3 where Abigail's going to come out next week? Because, technically this is the month we're supposed to get the next character since they pushed Ed back a month.
I don't know. I'm still trying to.
What do you think?
I haven't really been even thinking about it too much.
Uh,
I guess best guess is they probably are going to reveal a character from there.
oh, yeah, it makes sense. I
But
mean,
from what I learned, I learned to have very low expectations from them,
well, yeah.
from
Yeah.
past history. But I mean, I guess if I were to continue back to like having expectations, I guess a new character like Abigail,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna have to do something with the old costumes of like Alex and Ibuki. They were revealed in like
Oh,
the
yeah.
past Evo.
Well,
So that's going to be up there probably.
So you brought up earlier about the other stuff, and it's down
And-
here. So let's see. The Street Fighter V stuff is down here. So
Second cinematic story.
second
probably.
cinematic story, which I've been predicting was going to happen anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to have to live off of that probably at some point.
Yeah, because when you see Ed, personally, it kind of confirmed it to me when Ed was released, and he looked so much different because time has passed since the first story. Everything obviously after the first story, season 2 is happening after the first story, so
Kind of end off a cliffhanger too, like without you like kind of knowing.
kind of sort of. I just hope poor oh dang it, what's his name? Super Saiyan guy.
What's first letter?
I,
What does he look like? You say Super Saiyan.
the guy with the crazy hair
G
transforms.
ILL.
Nikali.
Oh, Nikali?
Yeah, story mode wise, I just hope he does something other than get beat constantly because he didn't do anything in the story mode. It's like, I'm Nikali and I'm bad. Go away.
He was the most
That
boring
was
character.
basically Nikali's story
He
in the
was the
story
most
mode in the
boring
first
character
game.
in the whole story.
It's just
and they
like-
I'm pretty sure they hyped him up as like the boss, kind of. But it's like, I think even the files they put him as a prefix as like boss. I think.
Yeah.
BOS. I was
I'll-
like, he has to be the most boring boss I think I ever recognized.
I kind of hope he just in my head, I kind of hope he does they do like a story thing where where him and Akuma end up fighting, and he ends up, because story wise, Akuma at some point between 2 and 3, he's not evil anymore. It's like this, supposedly him and Ryu got into like one last battle, and then he learned how to subside the Dark Hado.
Satsui no Hado.
Yeah, all that stuff too. I'm hoping now me, because I'm a story guy. It's like, man, wouldn't it be cool if after the crap that Nikali did in the first story, which was nothing, that he ends up fighting and eating Akuma's energy, and that both gets rid of Nikali's story mode wise and turns Akuma into the Akuma that's in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I kind of think that would be cool. That would explain explain where it would go.
I thought like Akuma was kind of like still like kind of like had the murderous intent. I thought.
Supposedly he didn't anymore. He still had the power, obviously.
So he's
but
still,
it wasn't
consuming
consuming him.
But it wasn't
Yeah, it wasn't consuming him to fight
cause
to the
murderous
death,
intent,
find
I guess.
strong opponents, and just fight to the death and everything.
Okay.
That wasn't his goal anymore in Street Fighter 3. He still just was, wanting to fight the best and everything, but he no longer had the murderous intent.
Okay.
Supposedly, that's the story I heard, and I'm sticking to it. But I thought that would be cool, like a little extra chapter or something, like at the end. And all of a sudden, it's Akuma just walking around all mained up and everything, and here comes Nikali, and then Nikali finally does something cool. So yeah, I definitely think I already thought there was going to be a second story. It just makes sense.
Hopefully
something more
Curry
for folks
doesn't
to do. And then what else was on this? Super Street Fighter V. So according to this, there's going to be a Super Street Fighter V that they're going to announce. What do you say? Like after Capcom Cup.
That's what it says. Yes.
Yeah. But they're going to stick to their original story of you only need the original disc, because Super Street Fighter V is not going to be a separate game. It's just going to be a free upgrade that you get that supposedly is going to add arcade mode, extra battle, some kind of PvE mode, and then add extra moves, and then add extra super moves and stuff.
Extra moves and.
Yeah, like I'm sure just in character.
They're gonna give Ryu the Joden kick.
That would be cool.
They're gonna probably have to do that.
Yeah. But
I mean, because even with this whole Ryu change, that I'm pretty sure Daigo's not gonna use Ryu still.
probably
He's gonna use Guile still and go with it.
Is Guile any better?
He's still good.
What
It's
change
he
was
got
again?
nerfed.
Oh, that's right, he got the
V-trigger's
3
now 2 bars.
2 bars.
No,
it's
3
3 now.
bars. My bad.
Yeah.
2 to 3, and upside down kick I think doesn't have big combo advantage now
Oh, that's good.
as like before.
It's good for everybody fighting them.
Yeah. But it's like he's still the same. He still has great control. You know, like having even the best zoning is already really tough in this game when there's already so much delay. I think that's another thing you got to consider. When you have so much delay, you got to consider that sometimes zoning's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that sometimes, like when you can think of like Soto fireballs, they're not all that. They were okay, I guess, with the season 2.5 patch where they made DPs back to being
Sure.
able to work properly.
Yeah.
But it's still not like a reversal option. I mean, that's just what they intended for it to be. But yeah, I mean, at this rate, I just don't see Daigo or most remains just sticking with him.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna probably go with Kyle still. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him either.
Yeah.
No.
Either Ken or Akuma, or don't use any Soto.
Kind of surprised he didn't just go to Ken. Or even
I
Akuma.
mean, even Ken are like Ken P players are like kind of like iffy on him too. Even Molochi's not like kind of like not really using him. He's been using Ibuki.
No,
I mean,
okay.
I think he still has him on hand, Ken,
Mhm.
but it doesn't look like he feels comfortable with having him as like the prime character. From the looks of it, and I don't know. I think it's just because I think after thinking about it, I think the top tiers is pretty much take Ken out.
Mhm.
I think so. If like you were to do like an average tier list, I think probably like Ken kind of does bad on it. But if you were to take a typical normal matchup list, then Ken might be okay. It's just when you take the fact that top tiers are probably the ones taking care of him, that's a problem.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
So Super Street Fighter V sometime probably early next year. If they, assuming all this is true, I
Yeah.
kind of believe it with kind of a grain of salt, to be honest. And then
And then 6 characters.
6 characters for I guess what would be season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And according to this guy, those characters will be Sagat, Sakura, Oro, Sea Viper, Q, and Necro.
A lot of Third Strike love in here.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the story at that point would have to move, at some point it has to get close to Street Fighter 3, because this happens between 4 and 3, so.
Makes me wonder how Q will come in and then like vanish from Street Fighter 3 and Second Impact and then came with Third Strike.
Yeah,
But
well,
I guess.
yeah.
Is this something to forget about those reasons, I guess?
It's reasons, yeah.
Q's pretty cool, though.
Sagat, I'm sure at this point,
Yes,
again,
Sagat.
if it's true, just to shut everybody up.
Yeah.
I hate Sagat. And this coming from somebody who used to play with Sagat back when Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo days. I used to play with Sagat. And I like him as a character. I just don't need to see him again. Personally, this is just me. It's not no knock on anybody who wants Sagat. I'm sure, folks want Sagat. There's a bunch of characters I want back too. I personally don't give a crap about Sagat. And I really don't want to see him again in a game. But whatever. It's cool.
No love
Sagat.
No love for Sagat.
No love for Sagat from me. Sakura, I used to love her in Street Fighter Alpha 2, but, never really played with her again after that, to be honest. Oro, whatever. Sea Viper, cool. I know a few guys who will be happy about that. Q is probably on this list the one character I'll probably be the most interested in, but I never really played with him that much in Third Strike.
Yeah, I think Q is probably the one I was most looking into that looks like the best of the 6.
He's definitely been one of the most requested characters, though.
Yeah.
So
there's been like little like rumors from like how Q is like an actual like cop or something like that. Back in the day.
From the ending.
Yeah.
The guy, they think he's actually the cop there.
Yeah.
I saw a video where somebody worked that out, and it was like, if that cop shows up in somebody's story in Street Fighter V, then that pretty much confirms it's him in his mind anyway.
What if Peter was Q?
Peter? That would be awesome. Necro. Now,
I think he's the least, I think.
Necro is actually a pretty cool character. Don't get me wrong. But Necro to me was the biggest thing that was wrong with Street Fighter 3 when Street Fighter 3 first came out.
He was like a Dawson like replacement.
Yeah, I hated him because I was like, he's basically just Dawson.
That had like
Blanca's electricity and Dawson stretching. I was like, why didn't you just put Blanca and Dawson back in the game? So Necro still kind of just in the back of my head. I still kind of blame him for how much I didn't like Street Fighter 3 when it first came out. Like, all of my hate went to him because he was like the personification of what the hell was wrong with this game. But I actually ended up enjoying playing with him in Second Impact and then Third Strike. So he'll probably be interesting.
He's probably gonna have stun combos at least. Probably, I bet, for
Yeah.
V-Trigger, because that was like. I remember that was like the one scary thing about him. Third Strike, like when he does like electric snake, I think it was like he had really good stun output off of it.
Yeah. So those are supposedly the characters in season 3, I presume. That would be it next year. And I mean, it's pretty cool, I guess. Like I say, of those characters, Q would be the one I'd probably be most interested in.
Oh, and I forgot about new critical arts. I wonder what they would do.
So yeah,
I don't know what they would do.
Now, would they make it to where you select them like Street Fighter 3 or?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like
actually Street Fighter 4.
I'm Juggernaut.
So
thanks for follow.
Thanks for following, man. I wonder, like, what else would they give them? Would they? What would, I mean, just.
I'm pretty sure it'd be like Street Fighter 3.
Yeah,
because it's the same name, Critical Art, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so they probably have it to where
different.
you select it.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing too? And was it Xkier? I think had it where he showed the extra battle mode and stuff. Where he was so they're like showing the mode. It's in the patch now apparently, where you fight. You can fight the dolls and you can set up different things, almost like a dip switch. Set up different things in the battles and everything,
really?
And it's like shows like him fighting the doll with the mask she was in for
DiCaprio.
Yeah, and saying that that's more than likely going to be something coming out this year. The extra battle that they've talked about for a while, they show screenshots where you're fighting the little bison guys or whatever, and all that kind of stuff. So maybe now all that stuff is finally coming out. Maybe they announce all that stuff at
like
E3.
A story thing, but I think the stages
See,
were off
I
because
thought
you saw the blue airplane stage. I don't think you ever faced him in the blue airplane stage.
Yeah,
you only faced him at the bank.
See, I thought that same thing too, but then somebody showed me some screenshots and the announcement when they actually said that this was going to happen. It was like, different mode where you can fight, different characters and stuff like the dolls, the foot soldier guys, and just all kinds of different stuff. The extra battle, I think, is what they called it, or something like that. And I was like, "Are you sure they weren't just showing like stuff from the story mode?" It's like, "No, look," and it's like, "Oh yeah, sure enough, I never saw that before." And this was stuff from Capcom, a year ago. So maybe they've been working on that. That one poor guy has been trying to do the internet.
One guy, one hamster.
They probably got two guys doing all the extra stuff. So
a guy
maybe all that stuff is finally. Yeah. The hamster that runs the internet and the one guy that has to feed him. Yeah.
That's it. That's the cycle.
Yeah. I wonder why they didn't just tell folks also with the update that they were going to just move the servers over to a whole new server.
Because
that makes sense. I think a lot of times Capcom just doesn't give their fans enough credit for being smart, and if they just came out and said this stuff,
they just never really gave us the full details. I think.
Yeah, they never actually said it.
But what's new about it?
Well,
we know what's like the region filter and all that, but what really changed?
Well, but they had to migrate everything from the old server to the new one. So what I read, the original server they had was in China or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it was like some free-to-play,
and it was awful. The stuff that they originally planned for it to do, that the stuff that some of it they even had in the original tests last year, and then the final game comes out, and those two tabs in your fight profile thing that didn't work until a few weeks ago. All that stuff that they wanted to work, they kept trying to cram into this thing, and it just wouldn't work. So they moved over to a different server that's like I want to say it's Australia or something like that. Supposed to be much more robust, easier to use. Problem is they would have had to move everybody's info from one server to the new server.
Mhm.
That's why the update took so long. You know, the 24-hour update that ended up taking like a day and a half.
Mhm.
And I was like, once I read that, I was like, well, that makes sense. Why didn't they just tell everybody, hey, we're having to migrate everybody's stuff over? If, you know, that's what's making it take longer than we expected than you know, just saying, hey, it's taking a little long. Because I think smarter folks would have been like me when I found out about that, having to move stuff over. I understand that stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, well that's not easy.
Mhm.
So yeah, they say it. Smart folks then tells their friends who's raging about it. Well, you know, and they explain it. And okay, everybody understands, and that just goes back to the whole Capcom not
Communication
really,
problems.
yeah, not really communicating with the fans. And I think that's not even really an issue just with Capcom. I think a lot of Japanese companies have an issue with
Communication.
yeah, and
Mhm.
not giving their fans credit for being smart enough to understand, you know, what it is.
Mhm.
But yeah, just communicating. If you come out and say exactly what's wrong,
Mhm.
folks would understand. Are we gonna be mad? Yeah, there's still gonna be memes all over the place, but
Yep.
you know, we understand what's happening. So, so that's everything for Street Fighter Five leak wise. Like I say, I'm interested to see if they're gonna announce Abigail next week at E3.
Mhm.
I hope. I hope they do. Well, it'd be awesome if they announce him next week at E3 and then be like, and he'll be available tomorrow or something like that. And it's like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. A man can dream though. So Tekken 7 had a couple of leaks
Yep.
about what's going to be in its DLC. So basically,
The primary one was Tekken Bowl.
Tekken Bowl,
Yep.
which I was hoping Tekken Ball would be back.
Oh yes.
And it
Tekken
may still
Ball.
be back.
Probably will. That was
But
good times.
Tekken Bowl is cool. And then they
Yeah.
talked about guest characters. And what they say, at least one or two of the characters had, at least one character had,
One character had an air fireball and a ground fireball
yeah, and
and a gauge.
meter, yeah.
Mhm.
So are we looking at another Capcom character, you think?
No idea.
Is this
I was
Namco's
thinking.
Namco's way of sneaking their way out of having to make a Tekken cross Street Fighter? Let's just stick a couple more Street Fighter characters in this game and we're done.
I was thinking that
We'll call it the
it'd be
Tekken
funny.
Cross Street Fighter DLC, and that'll finish up the contract, and we never have to make that
Yes.
game.
You got Tekken vs Street Fighter right here.
Yeah, it's right here, man. There it is, done. Kaputs. We don't have to worry about this ever again.
And the last story mode pretty much lives up to that, right?
Mm.
What happens?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Street Fighter people invades. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't even know if that last game even happened or not. I'm not.
What?
The Kuma battle because of the
Oh.
explosion. I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
So-
It doesn't really end, does it? It both end in this explosion, and yeah, you know.
Mm.
I didn't care. I threw the controller down, and I was done. Like I said, I was done with that game for a while. But no, Tekken Bowl is cool. Now, I wonder if these guest characters are the ones we'll actually pay for.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be funny if it was Sagat with air fireball.
I thought
Because-
about that, actually. I thought about that. It's like, that would actually be pretty cool.
'Cause
If they
then
release them,
they
if they
announce
release them
Sagat
near
for
the end of the
Street
year and they announce Sagat for Street Fighter 5, that would make sense.
Yeah, give Sagat.
Because think about it. Tekken
So they-
7, if it didn't get held back, Tekken 7 would have been coming out when Akuma came out for Street Fighter 5 late last year. That may have been the plan all along. We'll announce Akuma, we'll bring out Akuma when Tekken 7 comes out, and then we'll bring out Sagat when he comes out for Tekken 7 too.
That's weird. It feels like some Namco owning the two characters.
That could happen. That could happen this year. Because if they push Sagat up in Season 3 like they did Akuma,
Yeah.
you know, just go ahead and release him early again just to shut folks up. And they go ahead and release him as DLC in 7 too. That'll get a lot of buzz around both games.
Mm-hmm.
So
Probably.
yeah, that's so. But yeah, that thought definitely crossed my mind. It's like, oh, it might be Sagat, which would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be
Sagat with a
interested.
shotgun, right? Like with Akuma. Well, luckily
Oh, God.
there's a cartoon that already does that for us.
That damn picture I saw, Akuma with the gun. I was like, what the hell? Freaking Tekken, man. I love it.
Sagat already has a cartoon picture. It's already happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a cartoon with Sagat with a shotgun from the U.S. Street Fighter 2 cartoon. You didn't-
Oh God, I used to love that cartoon when I was a kid. I did. I
Cornflakes.
thought it was so great. Uh, it's probably horrible now. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but back then I thought this is really cool. Oh, but yeah, I'm wondering if the guest characters are going to be the characters that you pay for, DLC wise,
Maybe.
because he's already said that the returning characters that are going to be added to the game are going to be free.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that these guest characters that were leaked, of those 4 guest characters, are going to be the ones that either come with the season pass or you buy them separately as they come out. One of them probably, now that we talked about it even more, probably is going to be Sagat. That just makes sense now.
Maybe.
It just
but
makes sense. Synergy between, assuming the Street Fighter V stuff was.
I wonder how he's
true.
going to get air fireball though. Maybe it's supposed to be a high fireball, and they misreference it as an air fireball.
It's an air fireball because
It's
I don't
really
know.
a
They
high
looked at the
tiger
information and because the tiger shot was higher than the low tiger shot, and they just assumed. I don't know. I don't know. It would be interesting though.
It'd be in games.
Oh,
put
put Bruce back in the game. Sagat versus Bruce.
Sagat versus Bruce.
Oh hell yeah. Muay Thai Emperor versus whatever Bruce called himself. Come on, man. Come on, dream matches. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
For whatever reason, I got confused with him and the guy from Urgus. For some reason, just a moment there. I forgot what his name was.
God bless the ring.
Yes.
I don't
There's
remember
there's a Muay Thai character in that game too.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
I have no recollection of that.
And he has like a. I thought he reminds me of like he has something like a tiger shot looking fireball too. I thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. he does this with punches and little flames come out.
Huh.
Dojing or something like that. I don't know his name.
I have no. The only thing I remember about Erg Heist is God bless the ring. I always have to say whenever somebody says Erg Heist, I always say God bless the ring. It just has to come out after.
Yes.
And Cloud was in it. That was kind of cool.
Yes. Three Final Fantasy characters. If Django's even considered one, is he? He was the boss, but they gave him that watermark that he's from Final Fantasy.
Was he?
I don't remember. Like I googled, and I didn't really see any information about it. But they
Final
gave
Fantasies.
him the whole Final Fantasy artwork Satos like the other two.
I wonder if
Chief on
he just created them for the game and just got credit because
Probably.
what's his name? Probably Tetsuya Nomura because he was the one that did 7. So he probably created them. It's like, hey, this is a Final Fantasy character. Cool. But yeah, I hope Tekken Ball comes back. That would be awesome. Love to see some Tekken Ball.
Yeah. Need to cut up the ball. What Yoshimitsu. What's weird is I couldn't even get the backpack one to work with Yoshimitsu. Like the unblockable. I couldn't get it to work in this one. I think it's because I didn't have the sword out. Apparently he has the sword on and off.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I've heard he's really cool. My brother was telling me he was messing around with him the other day, and he was like, he's really cool in this game.
Mhm.
It's like I really hadn't played that many characters because I just played the story mode and I just played those other 3 characters, and that's all I've had time to do with it so far. But so that's pretty much all the leaks for
This guy.
Tekken 7. Oh, okay, yeah, I kind of remember him now. Yeah,
Yeah, he was the guy that had Tiger Shots and that was Muay Thai like.
yeah.
And his ending reminded me of Bruce's ending too, and I get this confused a lot. So Bruce Irvin, he was just kicking the
bag,
and it was successful, right? I think he inspired a kid. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And
I finally figured out. I was like, is that what's supposed to be happening, or
Yeah.
is the kid scared of him? I don't get it.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. Then Arrogant's ending was the one where the guy kicks it, breaks it, and it lands on him.
Oh, okay.
So I got confused. Which ending happened to which? When I after some years passed by, because I confused the two. So.
Okay, so that's all the leaks for Tekken 7, at least so far, and I'm sure they're going to announce some stuff next week, possibly even this weekend, depending on if they show up in any of the press conferences. Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, before we get to that,
What's up?
I thought you were going to mention something about the other characters that were supposed to be coming out.
For Tekken?
Tekken 7.
I haven't heard anybody else. What you got?
Well, so there were supposed to be some characters, but they look like leftovers from Tekken Tag 2.
Uh-huh.
It was like Lei and...
I'm about to say, I did hear something about Lei, but I didn't know if that was like somebody saying that Lei's supposed to be in it or somebody hoping that Lei comes back.
No, the files are in it. It's just
Lei's already in there.
yeah. It's
Okay,
just,
so-
but the thing is, I think they're leftovers from Tekken Tag 2.
Well, they're probably leftovers from characters they kept trying to add, but the game wasn't out still, so they were like, you know what, we're cutting it off here, and we'll just add everybody after. Because the game got held back long enough.
Maybe, but I mean, some people
I
were
think
saying it's the
Namco
same
wanted
files.
money. They got
think.
tired of paying these guys for making these games for felt like six years. And, you know, Japan had it in the arcade all this time, but the rest of the world was like, where the hell is it?
Yep.
And they kept pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. Something tells me, you know, an accountant, somebody like me came in the room and said, who's, what character you on now? Lei? Nope. That game's coming out in 2 months. You're done.
How many
So-
people even use him?
I used to know a lot of folks that played Lei. Shoot, I used to play Lei.
Really?
He was the only reason I would play 3.
Huh. He was
Basically.
he was a character I always hear a lot of people liked about, but then I just never knew anyone that
I don't
played
know
him.
really anybody after 3. Well, I won't say that. I mean, I knew the guys in the arcades, and they definitely used to play Lei. But yeah, I'd never heard much about him really after. Was he even in 4?
Who?
Lei. Yeah. Okay. So
I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah.
yeah. So after 4, I never really heard anything else about him, to be honest. But yeah, when he first came out in the arcades anyway, everybody was definitely on some Lei. But yeah, I guarantee you that's what happened. He was trying to fit in as much stuff, Again, with Street Fighter V's poor launch, he probably went to Namco and said, "Hey, you see what happens when you try to rush a game out?" And Namco was like, "Okay, do what you got to do," and then it still took too long. And I guarantee you that's what happened. That's why Lei's files are in there, because somebody cut them off. It's like, no more. We need to make money. Release this game now. And then it came out. They're making all this money. We get the characters afterwards. Because I know he wasn't happy about doing DLC at all, because he basically gave it almost all the way for free in Tag.
Yeah.
What the only thing you had to pay for was the Snoop Dogg stuff, wasn't it? I think
I
so.
think so.
So, which I still kind of miss. I was like, man, I missed that Snoop Dogg stage. I want it back. I'll give you $5 for that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. So
Maybe. I mean,
was there anybody else?
It's just like some people. Most people were saying that they were just leftovers from Tekken Tag 2. Like when they compared the same files, it was the same thing.
Oh, I'm sure every character in the game started off as that. Let's pull them over to here, because I mean, it's a new engine, but it's probably not.
I think the only
it's
one
not
was like that.
that
It was like
different.
Asuka. I think Asuka was the only one that looked like it was based off from the older model.
Oh yeah, I
mean,
played Asuka, and she
looks
seems
weird.
like exactly the same,
Yeah, she looks weired.
gameplay wise and everything.
Yeah.
She does look kind of weird in this game.
Yeah, I think they did.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
almost every character started off as a drag and drop from Tekken Tag 2 into this new engine, and then fix what didn't work and add stuff here and done. I'm pretty sure that's what happened with a lot of the characters. So it wouldn't surprise me that's why Lei's files are in there. I guarantee you he was being worked on when Namco said, "You're done. Finish it, release it, get the money, finish it then. Put your characters in after that." But who all would you expect to see? I mean, never really been said how many characters are going to be in it overall. DLC wise. I wonder how many total.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Knowing him, he's going to want to put it in his minute. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 10 or so.
For the game's lifespan, or as a
Over
whole?
over the game's lifespan, yeah. Over the whole DLC stuff.
Yeah, it might be 10, maybe, probably.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was 10, at least 8. 4 you pay for and 4 that you get for free. Lei.
'Cause I'm pretty sure he's still going to want to do Tekken 8 and all that, right?
Oh, one day, but that's probably not going to be for.
Another 5 years.
Yeah,
so.
it's going to be a while before that happens.
Well, then again, I think it changed, right? I think it's when the trilogy ends. That's when you have the tag to come quick, and then there's a long setback.
Well,
Right.
the story mode, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if 8 came out maybe 2 or 3 years. It probably won't be 5 years.
Yeah, because
Maybe in 2 or 3 years, depending on how well Tekken 7 sells. If Tekken 7 sells very well, the DLC kind of carries it through next year. It wouldn't surprise me if they bring out an 8 year after next, or at least start talking about it.
Yeah.
Because you're right, story-wise, this story ended, and then the little extra after credit scene, and so it was like, obviously Jin has to do something. So we finish out Jin's story with 8. You do a Tekken Tag 3, and that'll fill in the long gap between
There
probably
used to
like
be a
8 and
9
9.
also.
Maybe, yeah.
There's usually a tag after every 3 games.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
From what I know.
So, yeah, we get an 8, then a 9, then a tag, and then something completely different that everybody will hate because Jin's not in it.
Probably. I mean, they said this one was supposed to be like the end of the Mishima saga.
It kind of seemed like it.
But it's like...
Heihachi's dead. He's been dead a few times.
It's like, I don't even know if he is or not. Because, like, he, like, survived an explosion in Tekken 5 and then in the intro.
Wasn't it because his dad is immortal too or something? Jinpachi is like immortal, and that's where he inherited his genes or something like that.
I don't know. Because, I don't even know what happened
Something
to
like
Jinpachi.
that.
I just remember he just molded the sand and just gave away.
No, what game? He was in 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then, like I said, I never played 6. And they brought up Azazel, however you pronounce his name, the boss from 6, the big monster guy.
I don't even know his thing. He just felt pretty bland to me as a boss.
I only saw pictures of him. Like I said, I never played 6. So,
Yeah.
so I was like, oh, well, okay. Could have just brought back Ogre, but whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Isn't like Ogre killed, I think?
Well, yeah, Ogre's dead, but I mean, King kind of seemed like, I don't know the story of 6, but Azazel kind of looked like kind of the same thing, just in the Middle East.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like he was a basilisk. Okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. Maybe. I don't think they ever called him a basilisk, but if he was in the Middle East, that's what I would say he was. But that's just the geek in me. Anyway, Tekken 7, we're done with it. Moving on. Marvel vs. Capcom. So, this guy Rice was given permission to share this. How do you get permission to leak something that I'm positive Capcom didn't want anybody to know? But
I don't think he had permission.
yeah, so he leaks a list of all the characters, at least that he knew of at the time. And so on the Capcom side is Arthur, Chris, Chun-Li, Dante, Firebrand, who I had a feeling was going to be back in it. Jeddah is cool. Monster Hunter, Morrigan, Nemesis. I was hoping he would be back, assuming this is true. Ryu, Spencer, Strider Hiryu, and X. So,
I'm surprised they bring Nemesis back. I like him.
I was like, well, they got to bring big characters back. I liked him in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah, he was cool.
And I was like, they got to have a bigger character on Capcom side because obviously Hulk is on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, if you're looking at the biggest characters from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, then he's pretty much the biggest one. Him and
Hager.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I kind of like Nemesis though. It would be cool if they brought him back. So according to this list, he's back. Then on the Marvel side, you got Ant-Man, Captain America, who's already announced, Captain Marvel, who's already announced, Doctor Strange, who I've been saying since they had first announced that game that Doctor Strange was going to be in it, Gamora, Hawkeye already announced, Hulk already announced, Iron Man already announced, Nova, Rocket/Groot, which, they already showed that little, cutscene where Rocket's super. So more than likely they're probably one character. There may be 2 characters, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were just one character where Groot comes out during certain moves.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, Thanos, which is cool. And I kind of thought he'd be in it, given the story with the gems and everything. Thor and Ultron. So we already know about Thor and Ultron.
Yep.
So looking at that list, like I said, I was happy to see certain names on there, but I was kind of disappointed not to see Captain Commando.
Yeah. Well,
I would
to be
love
honest,
to see Captain Commando.
Has he been kind of relevant?
Well, no, he really wasn't when he was in 2, or 1 for that matter. To be fair.
But I thought during that, I think during that time they were just throwing stuff for the hell of it.
Yeah. So why not do that here?
Because I thought they're picky now with what they want. They can't really go crazy early on unless it's DLC. Maybe DLC to probably.
I know they can't. They go crazy with the comic book characters. Obviously,
yeah.
They don't have complete say over who gets in there, and obviously Marvel's going to want to push everything. Seeing that this game will be out at the end of this year, is going to probably, I'm sure, be a big advertising push for Infinity War next year.
Mm-hmm.
With the Infinity Gems and everything, which are in this game, Infinity Stones, excuse me. So I'm sure they were like, no, well, hey, we got to get Gamora in there. We got to get Thanos. We got to get, Ant-Man. All the characters in here make sense because these are all the characters from the films that are obviously going to have big parts in the films next year and then the year after. So those make sense. Like I said, I was hoping for a little more on the Capcom side. Of course, there's DLC, but Firebrand I wasn't surprised about. Arthur I was kind of surprised about. It's like, why Arthur and not Captain Commando? Because Arthur was already in the last game and once again drag and drop. I'm pretty sure that's more than likely the answer for a lot of these characters. Arthur.
What about Jeddah? I mean, I remember him from MVC2.
Jeddah's just cool.
Right? He was in MVC2, right?
Jeddah, no.
No?
Mm-mm. I can't think of any other. He might have been in Capcom Fighting Jam. Was he? No.
Who's Jeddah?
Jeddah. He was like the boss character from Darkstalkers 3. The skinny alien vampire guy, whatever he was. I always kind of assumed he was a vampire. I don't know if he actually was a vampire. He might have just been an alien with the weird stage with the baby in the background that always messed with me. I hated playing that stage in the arcade because it was just like, Jeddah, I mean, Jeddah's cool. Monster Hunter. If I had to guess, when I saw Monster Hunter, the first thing I thought was the dude from TVC from Musha 3. I forgot his name. I bet you anything he's going to play very similar to that guy. Just big old sword. He'll probably be slow and lumbering, but very strong with a big-ass sword. That fits Monster Hunter, and it also kind of fits the fighting style that guy had in TVC. What was his name from Onimusha 3? I would have liked to see more Onimusha and Onimusha character in this, even if it was just him.
I didn't even know Onimusha character was in TVC.
TVC? Oh, my God.
I didn't even get to notice that until you mentioned it.
Oh, my God. The dude that collected the orbs with the sword?
Yeah, I played the game in the PS2, and I didn't even know he was in it. I just must not have spent much time to character select. I just looked at Alex and like Mega Man and then Zero. No, Zero.
Zero, yeah.
Because he was top tier, right?
They were both in there. Oh, yeah.
And then the big boss characters. But then the Onimusha guy was there?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
I swear to God. Why do I even bother? Yeah, but so
Man,
that's
had I known, I probably would have had him as a side.
Mm-hmm. No, he was cool. He had the most powerful super in the game, but you had to collect all the orbs. You had to fill up the little orb meter at the end, go into his mode, and then do the super move. But it was the most powerful super in the game. He was really cool. But something gives me the feeling this guy is going to play a lot like him, the guy from Monster Hunter. It's going to play a lot like him. So, so that was the first list that this Rice guy did. Then this other guy, the same guy that did the Street Fighter stuff, he comes out and he claims, now this I believe less. We'll see as it happens. He comes out and says, "Oh no, there's more stuff. I hate Capcom and I think they're stupid, so I'm going to leak all this stuff." So here we go. He adds Dr. Octopus, who I hope so. Venom, who I hope so. Songbird.
Who's Songbird?
She was a villain. She's most recently been in the Thunderbolts. And unless they're going to announce her, unless she's going to make a cameo in one of the upcoming TV shows or films, that just seems like a total shot in the dark. Hey, let's put Songbird in here. Most folks are going to say what you just said. Who's Songbird?
I don't know who that person is, even after you told me.
I happen to know who she was because I used to read that comic. Let's see, who else does he add? He has Ant-Man, he has Rocket, he has
Black Panther,
Thanos, Black Panther, Star-Lord.
Black Panther would be cool, I think.
Oh yeah. From what I heard, he was almost in 3, but they took him out because he just wasn't they didn't have time, or they thought he'd be too similar. I think they said they thought him or Daredevil would be too similar to Spider-Man, because I know they consider them both. And
I
I
liked
thought the
his
same thing
outfit,
about
but,
Daredevil, but
yeah.
it's like, what else does Black Panther do? Is like he's incredibly fast, he's incredibly strong, he's incredibly smart. I mean, he's basically Captain America without a shield. But how do you make that an interesting character? Give him Panther moves, which wouldn't surprise me. Jumping command grabs and running really fast across the screen or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, Star-Lord, Black Widow. So those are the extra Marvel characters that he added in. I was like, oh, Dr. Octopus and Venom. Oh, hell yeah, Venom. When I got the Songbird is when I was like, oh, this dude might just be making stuff up.
I don't even know who Star-Lord and Black Widow is.
Tell me. Get out of my house. Why are you here? Jesus Christ. Do you watch anything?
Probably not.
How can I say you don't read the comic books? Have you not seen any of the Marvel films? Any of them? None of them?
Not as of
Guardians
late.
of the Galaxy?
Not as of late, no.
Oh, my God. Okay, anyway. Star-Lord is from Guardians of the Galaxy. That's where the little furry guy from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, yeah, that's where he's from. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I know Rocket Raccoon where
it
he
kind of
came
makes
from,
sense.
But,
so, he's already in it. Gamora, according to the other list, is already in it. So it makes sense that Star-Lord would be in it, because why would you do all of that and not put the main Guardian of the Galaxy character in it? Black Widow, sure. Why not?
Black Widow?
Super spy. She's a super spy. She can use guns and really good at close quarters combat. She's probably going to play a lot like Jill.
Yeah,
because Jill is almost exactly how I would see her playing. Lots of flips and kicks and shooting and Jill with guns. Well, in fact, Jill had guns. Yeah, so yeah, she basically be Jill.
Pretty much.
So those are those characters. Then he lists out the Capcom characters. So Hunter from Monster Hunter was already there. Strider, Arthur Firebrand, Leon Kennedy, which makes sense. Folks really want him in there. Jetta again. Nathan Spencer, which is Bionic Commando. Captain Commando.
Yep.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, for God's sake, bring Captain Commando back. That would be cool. Then Dante and Frank West coming back.
Dante would be weird, though, because isn't, like, Devil May Cry in, like, a weird fiasco right now? Where it's like, they haven't really revealed anything
They hadn't
new.
really done anything besides release the old good games, which
I thought it was a very new one, which was
on a
causing
total
a lot
aside,
of, like, problems.
that last game was actually not bad at all. I actually quite enjoyed it.
Which one?
The
DMC
DMC, yeah.
Really?
DMC. Have you actually played it?
No.
Gameplay-wise, it's actually really good.
I mean, I heard gameplay is good, but I heard like the story's like just not great.
Well, I know a lot of folks, including me, got turned off when they initially showed the redesign of Dante, and he looked like a freaking crackhead from the Eastern Bloc or something. It's like, what the heck happened to Dante? Why he was like just all skinny and emo and he just looked ridiculous. They did a little character redesign and everything. He still looked different. He had the black hair and everything. But as you play through the game, there's actually a story element that talks about his hair. Actually, one part in the very beginning of the game, he ends up fighting and he gets knocked into a closet or something, and a mop falls on his head, and so it's like the white hair.
Yeah.
And he makes some kind of comment about it. And keeps on going. But as the game goes on, he does start. It explains it all. That game, I think, was actually pretty underrated. A lot of folks, including me, just thought for sure the game was going to suck. I'm never going to touch this game. I ended up getting it free somehow, so I played it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I take everything back I said about this game. This game is actually pretty freaking good. The company that makes it, they always make very good stories. And they're always top-notch cutscenes and stories in games. Their gameplay has always been kind of suspect, though. You look at games like Heavenly Sword or what's the other game they made? I can't remember. I know Heavenly Sword is always the best example of it. Amazing cutscenes and pretty good story. Not very good gameplay. Capcom went and put the gameplay in the game, though. So it was like gameplay was tight, just as good as any other Devil May Cry game, plus their flair for storytelling and cinematics. Yeah. The game actually turned out to be really good. Probably not going to make another one of those, though. If there's going to be a new Devil May Cry, it's going to be, fully from Capcom side. But that aside, they may be introducing Dante to kind of bring Devil May Cry back into everybody's minds, although he was already in 3. So, and again, drag and drop. Then Frank West. There's been a couple of Dead Rising games this gen, so it'd be good to have him there representing again, and once again, drag and drop. Ashura, he's a character a lot of folks have been asking about.
Oh yeah, I think Asura should have got in at some point.
Yeah, so assuming this list is true, that would be cool. Now there was something
The
else.
DLC
Oh yeah,
fiasco.
yeah, okay, yeah. Rathalos. I forgot about that. On the Capcom side. Now that's one of the monsters from the Monster Hunter games, and that kind of makes sense because you don't want to just put one character from Monster Hunter in there. It's like if you're gonna put a Monster Hunter in there, you got to give him a monster to hunt. There you go, Rathalos. I'm just wondering how he's gonna be. Is he gonna be like a giant character? Well, I think he says here that he might be like a giant character.
Where's Nemesis in this whole thing? It looked like he's opted out.
Well, yeah, in his list. Yeah, I mean this guy's list is definitely suspect.
Yeah.
Because again, Songbird. It's like, where did that come from? Like I said, unless she's about to show up in Defenders or something, which could happen, or she could show up in season 3 of Daredevil, or could be a background character in one of the films coming up. We don't know, but Songbird, the hell. Then he starts talking about DLC characters, and this is also where it's kind of suspect. Because to me, this is him kind of giving himself wiggle room just in case he's wrong. Oh, well, those DLC stuff and the plans change. Oh, what happened? Whatever. But he starts talking about they're releasing them in seasons.
It's like 355 kind of thing.
Yeah, and they kind of release them in packs, so you get your Fantastic Four stuff where you get Doctor Doom, Super Skrull, Silver Surfer. You get an X-Men pack, Wolverine, Cyclops, and Deadpool. Which now that I don't actually doubt would happen. They're going to put the X-Men characters in the games. There's no way they're going to make a Marvel game and not put Wolverine in it.
And they could put Gambit.
They could put Gambit. Gambit would be good.
He hasn't even been in the second. Wait, I don't even think he was in the second one, was he?
Second what?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah, he was in MC2.
How was he as a character?
I mean, just about the same, really.
But he just wasn't up
just
there.
with 2 buttons instead of 3. No, I don't. Yeah, he wasn't great in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but he was in it though. So yeah, he starts talking about season 2 possibly being Fantastic Four versus Darkstalkers, and then you get Doom, Skrull, Silver Surfer, and She-Hulk, which does make sense. Those are Fantastic Four characters. So She-Hulk actually being in the Fantastic Four before. Silver Surfer. I mean, Skrull was already in it, but he's never been in any of the films. Silver Surfer would be cool. And then they put the Darkstalkers characters in it. Sienko could return because again she's already been in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Felicia would be cool because I always like playing as her, and all that. So that's what he's saying. This stuff I'm taking with just a huge grain of salt though, because Songbird.
I guess the same can be said about Super Street Fighter 5 also.
Yeah. But he says that the seasons wouldn't be like. Also, they wouldn't be every year. They'd be once every few months, though. And it's four seasons a year, so the game comes out in the fall. Game comes out in the fall. You get a winter pack, you get a spring pack, you get a summer pack, and all the DLC is out after that 1 year. You're done. That will kind of make sense because by next summer, Infinity War will have been out, so Marvel won't really care about it anymore. It's done its job by then, hopefully. So, I mean, this stuff is plausible. we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what they announce next week with it. Because Capcom's supposed to be, I mean, what else does Capcom have at E3 next week? I mean, other stuff, particularly in Japan, Monster Hunter on Switch and
It's
stuff
always
like
a
that.
thing.
So, yeah, they have stuff to talk about. But maybe with
Ultra Street Fighter 2. Oh, that was another thing I forgot to talk about.
oh yeah, Ultra Street Fighter 2. Yeah, I still hadn't gotten around to getting that game. I think I'm going to wait till the fight sticks come out for it, then I'll definitely get it.
Okay. There's one button supers in that game.
Oh yeah, yeah,
One button Raging Demons.
Yeah, I
Apparently
saw
it's
that.
a thing.
I saw that, and which is fine. Obviously, no one's going to allow that in competition or whatever. So it
Is
doesn't
that
really
even going
matter.
to be in tournaments?
I doubt
I think
it.
that's the question.
I very much doubt it. Can you play online with that though?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so that's
My friend of mine was able to do that.
that's awesome. One button demons.
Yep. I don't even think you could take them off for online play.
It's kind of like when Street Fighter 4 came out on the
The phone, mobile device.
the DS.
DS, yeah.
And you could map
3DS.
special moves to the 4 buttons on the touch
Yeah.
screen, and Gal no longer had to charge. He instantly became the greatest character
Yep.
ever. So let me
Yep.
put his super here, let me put his flash kick here, let me put his sonic boom here. Done.
Yep.
So I imagine that's kind of what it's like.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's just so much other stuff came out, and I'd already spent so much money on all these other games that we're not going to play in a couple of weeks now. But that's beside the point. Yeah, I just never got around to it. But I'm definitely getting that game. So that's all the leaks, unless you know of any other ones.
Yeah, there's one more.
What's that?
This is by Bandai himself. The Dragon Ball thing.
Oh yeah, the Dragon.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even really a leak anymore. They officially announced it, didn't they?
I thought it was just a leaked
well,
PDF.
I guess technically it's a leak, yeah, because they haven't announced it yet, but they're probably going to announce it next week.
I mean, if they're going to announce it, they would give us a trailer, I believe,
Yeah.
at the very least.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, E3's next week.
Yeah.
Arc System Works making a Dragon Ball 2.5D game. Yes. That's all I got to say about it. It sounds great to me.
Is it is it going to be like sidestepping, or is it going to
No. 2.5D is basically looking at the pictures I saw from it and reading the description is basically Guilty Gear with Dragon Ball characters.
Okay, because some people were making reference to like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 also in it, like with the way how it was looking, because I think you have 3 characters, right?
Oh yeah. It's team based.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get characters and certain characters together. You can do special attacks and stuff like that.
And that'd be something. They reveal MVCI and it just ends up flopping, and then this game comes out
and just completely destroys it. Yeah. Which might happen depending on when. I think they said the release date for it. They were saying it was like early next year, right? First quarter next year.
2018 early, yeah.
Yeah, early next year. So.
Wow, that's gonna be something else.
But
yeah,
the pictures looked amazing. It's like Guilty Gear, because like first time I saw Guilty Gear, you remember that very first trailer for Excerpt came out, and everybody just thought for sure they were about to announce an anime, and then they show it. And then, it's like, oh, cool, they have like a little scene where they're fighting each other, but it's like from the side, kind of looks like the fighting game. And it's like, I don't know about you, but when I was watching it, I was like, wait, is this a new fighting game? Oh my God, it is a new fighting game. And then
3D went right into
they like did the little clash thing and the camera turned, and it was like, oh my God, that's actual 3D. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with Dragon Ball Z though. Because let's not forget, Arc System Works also made Fist of the North Star, which was over the top anime turned into a fighting game that was freaking awesome. So I have no doubt they're gonna do Dragon Ball Z.
One of the most
justice.
underrated, clever fighting games of all time.
It is. It really is. I had so much fun playing that game. I was not good at it, and that game was broke as hell. But it was just crazy fun. And I imagine Dragon Ball is going to be the same way.
What, instant kills? You think it's gonna have instant kills?
Oh, Dragon Ball Z? Oh, that wouldn't really fit Dragon Ball Z.
I don't think it would have it. But it may have something similar to Excerpt, probably at the very least. I just don't know how they'll do it.
Maybe something like Frieza just destroy the planet, but you actually got a whole extra round because the planet doesn't immediately explode.
I mean, they have their final moves to do all that.
Huh?
They have their final moves to do that, like in the series. That seems like they could fit it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's possible.
I
But
mean,
it's hard. But it's hard
technically-
because there's 3 characters. So how would it work? I think
don't know.
I think it would be like an instant kill. It just would kill off 1 character.
That's
but-
possible.
But then it wouldn't make sense if you destroy a planet. Then what?
Well, it'd just be like a really cinematic move that would kill off the one character, and then you just keep going. Because every character,
I guess it could probably be like the games. I guess
every character would kind of have their kill, their death moves, unless
Yeah.
you were playing like Mr. Satan or something. Then I don't know what you do there. Like he'd go and hide, and Mr. Boo would come up and finish the guy for him or something.
Yeah.
But
Maybe the sage affects it because I remember like in the Budokai series, I think you do like Big Bang Attack with Vegeta, like the sage would just turn like
oh yeah,
devastated and all that.
yeah.
might do something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I saw that before I left work today, and I was just happy to see it. Uh-oh. You all right over there?
Yep.
So that's all the leak stuff. Let's talk about E3 for a minute.
Oh yeah, you got plenty of stories.
So
Tell
yeah,
me about
as
that
you
one.
know, as you probably know by now,
Yeah, I know.
knowing me for all these years, E3 is my favorite time of year.
Mhm.
I have 2 times a year that I just absolutely love:
Mhm.
E3 and Thanksgiving. Video games and food. Those are my 2 favorite times of the year. I always take a week-long vacation so I can be sure to catch all the news. I stay up, 18 hours, reading every website, watching every trailer, watching every conference, anything I can find on anything games. I just spend just 4 straight days, just nothing but games. Well, 6 straight days, really. Nothing but games, go to sleep that Sunday, and then go back to work. Had that all planned this year. Oh, man, this E3 is going to be awesome. It's show the new Xbox, and, Capcom's going to do something to make me go wild finally, and, and got everything planned. Got all my junk food in there and everything, and got something in the mail, and I got jury duty next week.
Man, how do you feel about it?
Well, the good thing is most of the press conferences are starting tomorrow. EA's press conference starts tomorrow. It's tomorrow at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Microsoft is Sunday afternoon. Bethesda's is Sunday night at 9 our time, which is ridiculous. No, excuse me, not 9, 11. It's 9 o'clock Pacific time. It's 11 o'clock our time. I got to be at the courthouse Monday at 7 o'clock. I'm going to be tired because I'm not going to sleep when they might announce a new Elder Scrolls. They probably won't, but I want to be there, and just in case they do. See, Ubisoft's press conference is Monday morning. The PC Gamers press conference is Monday morning. Ubisoft's press conference is Monday afternoon. I should be home by the time that starts at 3 or 4. I can't remember what time that one is. Sony's press conference is Monday night at 9. So I'll be here for that. Nintendo's press conference is Tuesday morning. And that's the one I really want to be around for too. But I'll be at the courthouse. So, but besides missing the PC Gamers press conference, maybe the beginning of the Ubisoft press conference and the Nintendo conference, I'll basically still be able to see everything, so it won't be so bad. Just won't be able to see like the treehouse when it starts, or the some of the gameplay stuff. I'll just have to spend my nights getting caught up on everything I missed during the day, during the week. But thankfully, most companies are so afraid of their stories getting lost at E3 that they tell everybody everything the week before anyway. Which is how this the Arc System Works Dragon Ball Z game story, I'm sure, leaked out. A lot of stuff's leaked out this past week, which is just the company doing it because they don't want to get lost in the hubbub of E3 next week. But yeah, like I say, you see this room, and usually what I'll do is I'll move everything into the front room, all these monitors and everything, and I'll have different websites and stuff going.
Just to prep up for the E3.
Yeah, I'm just surrounded with E3. If something breaks, I'm seeing it immediately. So, yeah, I just won't be able to do it as much this year. Is all. It won't be so bad. At least I don't have to go to work. I guess there's that. Just jury duty, though, sucks. Is anything you're looking forward to? E3 though. Anything you're hoping for? Anything you're looking forward to?
I mean, nah, not really. I mean, if there is, it just wouldn't happen.
What?
Well, like,
what? Just name something. The new Ace Combat. They released a trailer for it and a release date next year.
yeah, I guess that
hey,
or Armored Core, but I haven't really gone to Ace Com series in a while.
Oh man, that would be nice if they do Armored Core. That'd be cool. Gundam.
Oh
Gun-
yes, the localization thing. That's gonna. I'm pretty
Gundam
sure
versus.
they're gonna do something about
Matter of
that.
fact, I got the test version of that game. If I'm awake at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'll be playing it. So,
Oh, good stuff.
yeah, because you know
How
how
do you, how do you get
they're
into
doing.
it?
You just have to have a Japanese account. Then you go to the Japanese PSN store and download it. It's free. Just type in Gundam and like a few things will come up, but then you'll see Gundam versus trial version. You download it, but the server's only open from our time from 8 to 9 or 8 to 10, like for an hour or two on Thursday mornings and Saturday mornings, our time.
Okay.
It's like Saturday. It's Friday and Saturday nights in Japan. No, Friday and Sunday afternoons and nights in Japan, something like that. But it's like an hour. So, but I get to test that out, and but I'm sure they'll have that here. They already released a new trailer for it showing all the different mechs in it and everything, and so I'm really excited about that. Capcom wise, obviously they're gonna show MVCI, talking about some stuff. Hopefully, announce some stuff for Street Fighter. Probably a new Resident Evil DLC pack for Resident Evil 7, something like that. Some folks are thinking they're going to announce 8. It's like, why? 7 just came out and is actually doing well.
Yeah.
It'd be cheaper to just release more DLC for it, especially if it's the Chris Redfield DLC that everybody wants. Let's see. I'm interested to see what Nintendo's going to do. ARMS comes out next Friday.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that game.
I'm getting that. I picked up some extra work actually this morning. I was like, I'm gonna buy ARMS with this money. So I pre-ordered ARMS while I was at work today.
Is that going to be worth having like a tournament over? I wonder.
I'll see. It looks fun. I think when they first showed it, folks were worried that because I was kind of like, yeah, this looks kind of cool, but it's only 4 characters and this that. But ever since then, this what is like 10 characters in it now. All kinds of different modes from the test punch, which I never had time to. I downloaded it, but I never had time to play it. And I figure it's going to be out. I don't even know if there's a test punch tomorrow or not. I think last week was the last ones. But it looks fun. So I'm definitely going to give it a shot. Let's see. Hopefully they'll announce a new Elder Scrolls.
We're not going to announce anything for Shenmue.
Oh, well, they already did.
I mean, they did.
So
but
I already kicked. So I was a Kickstarter on it. So the Kickstarter folks got the video before everybody else did. That said, that Shenmue guys is getting pushed back to next year.
Oh, that's the latest thing he announced. They're putting the game
second half next year. I knew something was up when they had a new video because they've been doing videos the last few weeks. They hadn't done them in a while, and then there was a couple of new videos. They showed like a new character and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden I saw in my Kickstarter email folder it was it was a new video from Yu Suzuki. I was like, it got held back. If you was doing it, it's bad news. So sure enough, it was him standing in front of the wall telling everybody that the game wasn't coming out till the end of next year. I was like, I knew it. That's cool. I'm fine. I've waited, 14, 15 years. I can wait. I can wait 15 more months. I'm good. By the way, don't forget to look for my names in the credit of that game because I gave enough money to where I'm in the credits.
Oh, nice. Congrats. Good fellow supporter of good games.
I think at some point they say they're going to send out emails to everybody in that tier, like how you want your name in there. I was like, well, should I put Stucky or should I put my real name? I don't know. We'll figure that out. Cross that bridge when I get to. I still got to decide which version of the game I want, PS4 or PC.
I think I'm going PC.
I think I'm probably going to go PC too. I almost bought the tier where you get like 2 copies of the game, one for you and one for somebody else, but I was like, screw everybody else. $200 is enough to pay for a game. So
every man for himself, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of mad I didn't kickstart for Bloodstained. I was broke at the time with all the stuff going on with the house. But that game, they released a new trailer for it this morning, and it looks cool. Hopefully it'll come out on time. Something telling me it probably won't, but we'll see. They still got the rest of the year to release that. We'll see how that works out. I have no idea what Microsoft is going to do. I mean, obviously they got the Scorpio.
What could they do?
Well, they got the new system. They don't have a Halo game to show with it. They've been saying for a while there's going to be no new Halo, no new Gears of War. They're not even going to talk about it. Although they did announce, I think yesterday or Wednesday, that they're going to expand. Their press conference is going to be longer, by like 15 minutes to half an hour.
Really?
Yeah, so some folks are starting to speculate that Microsoft looked at their slate for what they were going to show and it's like, okay, we need to at least talk about. So the word going around is they're going to talk about Halo 6, at least talk about it in very broad terms, because I was shocked that they wouldn't have a new Halo with this new system coming out. Now they're basically their crown jewel for the Scorpio is going to be Crackdown 3. And no knock on Crackdown, but it's not exactly, it's not exactly the
main Microsoft
blockbuster
game
title
to
that you
know.
want to be like, here's our new system that's going to be the most powerful console ever made, and here's Crackdown with it. It's like Halo would have sounded better. Gears of War, I knew there wasn't going to be another Gears of War because we just got one of those less than two years ago. But Halo would have been about time.
Mm-hmm.
So some folks are speculating that they're going to talk about Halo 6, but won't show anything because it's probably not ready to show yet. Because we just got Halo Wars too, so we'll see. Probably a new Forza too.
Forza Motorsport.
Yeah. So and that'll be kind of a big deal thing. I'm interested to see how much that thing's going to cost. It cannot be more than $399. Something tells me since Sony's press conference, Sony's going to have 26 hours to respond to more than 26, like 28 hours to respond to whatever Microsoft does. So what I guarantee you, whatever Microsoft comes out the Scorpio at, price-wise at, if Scorpio comes out at $399, PS Pro is gonna get an instant price drop next week to $349. Maybe even $299. I don't think they're gonna go that crazy.
I don't think they would either.
If Scorpio comes out at more than $399, Sony's just gonna laugh. It's like we're good.
I still regret buying the Xbox One in the first place. It's like $500.
Oh, you got it when it first came out? Yeah.
It was a birthday present too.
Killer. Oh well, you didn't buy it then. What's the problem?
Well, where that came from though? I feel sorry for the guy who gave it to me.
You feel sorry for whoever bought it for you. That's what you're saying. Gotcha.
That's where it mainly comes down to.
Yeah.
It feels bad.
I mean, I still play I basically just play Halo 5 on it. I still play a bunch of Xbox 360 games on it. I play some of the free games whenever I get a chance to. Now, if you got Xbox Live Gold, if you've been getting all the games since they started doing the games with gold things, you got like 175 games right now. So
really,
yeah, like my hard drive, I got a 4 terabyte hard drive on mine, and which is awesome. But like my hard drive's only 20-something% full, even with all those games on it. So, I haven't downloaded all the games, but you can look at the library, all the free games. I've gotten every one since it's come out. So that's cool. And then PS4's got
hard to
the
find them
thing.
at first. I felt for the Xbox One.
Oh,
the only ones I found was Killer Instinct and.
If you have Xbox Live Gold, you got Killer Instinct. You got all Killer Instinct Season 2 for free. That was cool.
Yeah, but I didn't even get how that works because it felt like I got the full season pass for the game.
Oh, you already did?
At one point, yeah, but then once Season 2 came, I just noticed the characters weren't there.
Well, yeah, it was.
I didn't get how that worked.
Season 1, so the original game came out, and then it was Season 1 stuff, and you could buy the pack that got you everything from.
Yeah, that's what we did.
From Season 1 up to Season 2, and then Season 2 you had to buy a separate pack.
So you didn't keep the original characters at all?
Yeah, you did.
We did.
You didn't get the newer characters though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I need to check. I need to check in on that.
Rash and
that robot girl and Kilgore.
Yeah, all that stuff. Well, Kilgore didn't even come with Season 2. He was the beginning of Season 3. They're probably going to talk about that more at E3 too. Because Kilgore came out, and then they got the.
Is that even an Evo?
The new guy. I don't think so.
I don't think it was an Evo.
I don't think it is.
Lineup.
I don't think it is.
And I forgot Evo's coming up next month.
Yeah, Evo's next month. CEO's next week.
Oh wow.
So
time flies.
Time does fly. Let's see.
How are the viewers not viewers entrance
For CEO,
yeah.
I don't know.
I heard it's like a lot less.
For CEO, maybe I haven't looked. I looked for Evo to see what they were, but they didn't have the numbers up on the Smash.gg site. It's all still hidden. So sure, there's
Evo
plenty.
lineup.
Oh, that's right. That's what I was looking up. Exactly. Let's see what else from E3 am I looking forward to? Just all of it. I love it. I love video games so much. And this is like the Christmas time. Find out all the new stuff. So Street Fighter says no Killer Instinct.
And the fan voted game was
The fan
Marvel
voted game was
versus Capcom, I think.
yeah,
NBC3.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
So wow, Killer Instinct did not even make it.
No Killer Instinct.
Mm-mm.
There you go. Blaze Blue made it,
Yeah, right.
which should be cool. I love watching folks play Blaze Blue.
I have not seen people talk about the game. In a
But
long
Blaze
while.
Blue?
Yeah,
Me
even on Twitter. Not like I see mainly Guilty Gear talk, not so much for Blaze Blue.
Yeah, that's because Rev 2 just came out, so of course it's got a little more stuff to it. I've still never really played a Blaze Blue game. I have Blaze Blue. I have the first two on Steam. I didn't realize I had two of them on Xbox 360. I obviously bought them at some point, planning to play them, never played them. And I still hadn't played, right here on the Fight Club account, still hadn't played that one. The newest one. Need to do that. Let's see. EA, they're probably going to show the new Star Wars games and stuff.
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. Hopefully the story-based Star Wars game made by the chick that used to work on the dang it, what's this Drake the PS4 game, the guy that shoots a lot of folks like Indiana Jones, but he kills everybody.
Uncharted.
There you go. Chick that used to work on all the Uncharted
Naughty Dog.
games.
That's why I just usually refer him to as Uncharted.
Well,
Naughty Dog,
the chick who wrote all the stories for I think Uncharted 1 through 4 actually. She's now working at EA and she's writing a story-based Star Wars game.
Huh.
So I'm interested to see what that is. Hopefully they'll talk about that.
Sounds interesting.
BattleTech on PC. Want to see how that's turning out. Kind of wish I'd pledged for that so I could be playing the demo of it. Again, anything Nintendo wants to show. I want to watch Square Enix kind of explain away how freaking Kingdom Hearts 3 still isn't out and apparently won't be out for a couple more years.
Is that like a given fact or?
They came out and said that Kingdom Hearts 3 and something else. What's the other game? It's supposed to have been out by now. I forgot. But another game. Oh, the Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, the remake.
Yeah.
Not remake.
Pretty much a remake. The episodic
What were the word?
action adventure.
What are the two? There's two things that like makes a remake. There's a remake and then there's like a
Remaster?
yeah.
It's definitely not a remaster. It's a
Yeah, because this
remake.
one has like a
This
like
was like a
a
third-person, almost action game.
yeah, it's third person action, but you select what actions you do, like as you move, like per side Eve, I think.
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah. What it really reminds me of is what they originally showed for Final Fantasy 13, the little CG scenes, but with the menus and stuff to make you look like that's what the game actually played like, but not really. It almost kind of looks like that. But yeah, they came out and tweeted something a few weeks ago where they basically said, yeah, those games will be out sometime in the next 3 years or so. And it's like, Kingdom Hearts 3 was supposed to have been out like a few months ago. What happened? I guess they released Final Fantasy 15 finally and got just like, hey, we finally released the game. We're done. Let's take a 2-year break, guys. Hey, what about Kingdom Hearts 3? Nah, we'll tackle that by middle of 2018.
you'd be like Capcom and take 4 summer breaks, and just not communicate.
Yeah, that's true. But
course, I always want an Einhander remake or a sequel. Doesn't matter either one, but that's not gonna happen.
What's that?
Einhander. That was a shoot 'em up game by
By Square?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't see
They're
that
not gonna
happening.
do that.
Probably
But one of the later Final Fantasy games made a little joke DLC reference where you face him as a boss, the pilot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you actually face a little. They made a joke about it being like a mosquito airplane because it kind of had a resembling design of a mosquito, I guess.
Okay.
But they made it as like some side or DLC quest thing you do on some one of the later Final Fantasy games.
Must have been 13. I'm pretty sure that wasn't in 12, and that's the last one I played.
It wasn't a realistic official timeline Final Fantasies, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know which.
One of like the cell phone games, or
No.
one of the Final Fantasy VII spinoffs, or Final Fantasy.
Is there any on the portable systems?
I'm sure there is. I can't remember the names of any of them right now.
I mean, if there's a later one that came for the portable systems, it might have been that one.
There's a couple on the Wii.
It's definitely later than the Wii. It might have been like it's after that. It should have been current gen.
I don't know. Like Type 0?
I'm thinking it's something like that.
There's a cell phone game. I think it came out on PSP over here. All right, so I know you got to go. So
yeah, I have to leave him.
So we actually got 2 questions. Looks like both of them is from somebody named Rashid. It isn't a terrorist. Okay.
I guess he's not.
Do you think Rashid is top 8?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I know I have a hard time with him, but I play the worst character to go up against Rashid. So,
you have a dominant normal has a low fierce that you can't really jump punish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's trouble.
Yeah, I definitely have. I have a hard time with Rashid.
I mean,
that's rough.
He might have like 1 or 2 bad matchups, but
I would love to see his bad matchups.
Having good buttons like that is
I play his
enough.
best matchup. I play Birdie, so freaking Birdie can't do anything about any of his stuff at all. Can't really counter. 5-frame moves. He's just freaking frame trapping him all day.
The worst part, I think in this,
I mean, with the 1-frame armor on the EX Bullhorn, I mean, kind of gives him that, but without media, you're kind of screwed.
Change thought of the new patch for 2.5.
What's up?
The Ed patch that came out for Street Fighter 5.
What about it?
Because Rashid had a Sansor anti-air nerf.
Oh, he can't do that. That's right. But that was pretty much his only thing.
That might have changed things. So, I mean, still,
no, I mean, he still has I think he still does the standing light.
Yeah,
kick, doesn't it?
No, that's nerfed. That's nerfed.
Oh, that is too?
The anti-air Sansor is nerfed.
So it's safer to jump in on him now?
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. I think in Street Fighter 5, it's jumping's been a really good option sometimes. Even in neutral, you just do it against sweeps or heavy attacks, and you can punish them. Mm-hmm. For Ken, if you did Sam Rouse and you jump, you can punish him for it. Some people will just jump because it's actually a really good option. Sometimes that's jumping's really good in the game. So you do it on Recede, he can do low fierce and then jump right when you see it, kind of as you would with others, and he can sort you while he recovers. Not many characters are like that.
Oh, yeah.
But 2.5, they did nerf that, the Sansor anti-air, and maybe it would have to be forced to block.
Maybe.
But I still think, I think it should be general rule how, heavy attacks could be jump punishable, I think, if you want to fit in with the rest of the cast.
Uh-huh.
Cause, I mean, it feels like they're trying to make things feel the same. Of course, they want to remove defensive options unless it has meter. They kind of want to have, not so dumb offensive, Okizumi, with Tro's stuff going on with some of the casts, except for some characters. I guess, Nick Holly, Ken, and PR Attorney get to keep it, but they had some negative sides on things.
Yeah.
But then you got Boxer, that, 25 lost health, and that's it. That's their poster boy for top tier.
I like Balrog the way he is, personally.
I like him the way it is, as long as other people can be like him too.
Yeah, I
Which
understand.
were like season
See,
1 people.
I
but
understand the
I
arguments.
don't understand.
I understand the arguments of him, but I like him being that strong and with the comeback factor and everything.
He's fun.
Just it makes him a little different.
He's fun.
It makes him scary.
He is.
And
He's fun.
I hate fighting him, but I would be the first one to defend if they ever tried to nerf him.
Yeah,
I don't particularly use him. I don't particularly like to fight against him, but I would defend him against nerfs if it came to it. It's like, no, I want him to stay exactly like that.
They're not going to do that for season 3, though. That's for sure.
Well, according to that guy, we're going to have all kinds of different stuff and extra supers and all kinds of stuff. So, Lord knows what's going to happen there.
I mean, based on the changes from season 2 alone, like, it sounds like they wouldn't care. They would just nerf him for the hell of it. Like, I don't know. Who knows what's even going on?
We'll see. I mean, by the time you add, these new characters in, and then you got to rebalance everything, and then 6 more characters next year, there'll be all kinds of changes made, I'm sure. Just leave Birdie alone. Just don't take anything else away from Birdie, for crying out loud. So you think Rashid's top 8? Like, really? Because see, I don't really know.
Patch, I'm actually not certain. Actually,
I don't really know what Rashid's bad.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You need to be good from the last one. Well, he said Guile Urian. That's what Sam said.
Guile and Urian.
But
I can see Guile. Yeah, I can definitely see Guile.
Guile because like I think he's just like the wreckage of every character almost. I feel like I don't see anyone that really gives him any problems in the season 2.
Yeah,
at all. Oh, maybe Urian, but like that's it. But Urian versus Rashid, I don't know. To me, that looks even because they both have good normals. The only thing you have to worry about is Urian's comeback factor, but Rashid kind of has that too. But it's a 2-bar V trigger, so it's like a less version of it.
I'm guessing Urian can outreach him though.
He could with mediums, but like his low fierce and low fierce and semi kickers all right.
Projectiles keep him at bay.
He
Yeah,
can low V skill if he wants to.
Yeah, but if he blocks it, if he does the kick after, if Urian blocks the kick, like the little roll.
Oh yeah, then he's probably gonna get like just low strong and tackle. That's it.
Without the anti-air, he probably can't do anything about the knee.
Yeah, I think
can kind of see it. I guess
it might be 5.5 Urian, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's just alone based on, I guess, the mediums. I think
all I know about
Rashid
Rashid
is
is
outpace him probably.
Whenever me and Sam plays, that he always happens to show only the bad stuff. The stuff he posts up on the freaking group. Say, oh, look what I did to him. It's like, yeah, you didn't show the 1 or 2 times I actually won. No, so that's cool. It's totally fine. Yeah, no matter. Don't worry. It's cool. Beating up on an old man. That's fine. Anyway, second question: do you think Street Fighter V, Super Street Fighter V, will help bring back the casuals? Depends on what they put in it and if they freaking advertise it.
Yeah, that's gonna be
again.
how they
I will say
advertise
this
it.
again. I was shocked when November rolled around last year, and I didn't see one damn Street Fighter V commercial. They put in the story mode. They put in all the stuff. They put in 2-player mode. I'm advertising Street Fighter V like it was a brand damn new game back last Christmas time, and Capcom didn't do none of that.
Thursday be soon.
Huh?
Thursday be soon.
Thursday be soon. What is that?
TBS. Tweet thing.
And so they have to. They have to put money into advertising. That's the only way they're going to get it back. Because the casual folks that they lost last year with Street Fighter V, they went back to MKX. They went to, what else came out? They probably went to Blaze Blue. They, the casual folks just went, hey, this game isn't that great, especially if you're trying to play it alone and you're not online or you're not any good at it. Screw this game. I'm going to go play something else. They lost those folks. Those folks are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Super Street Fighter V at the end of this year, if it's at the end of this year or even next year, I would say if they were going to do it, probably actually the end of this year would be good, but it would have to have a huge advertising campaign. You'd have to put all those modes in it and advertise it up front. Straight up arcade mode, let the second player be able to do something.
They're still going to get bad rep for all this, though, because they clearly said they weren't going to do this.
Well,
And
like
then
the
it's
guy
like-
said, though, they technically won't be wrong because Super Street Fighter, according to him, was supposed to be a free update.
Yeah.
All the system changes and everything is going to
But
be free.
they clearly said there would be no disc updates. You could use this.
Well, right, yeah, you still use Street Fighter 5, and you just download all the updates,
Yeah.
pretty much like you're doing now.
But it's not really a retail advertisement thing. So the reviews will still be intact on that Street Fighter 5.
Wouldn't surprise
original
me if they
game.
come out with a Super Street Fighter 5 disc that comes with that system update, but none of the DLC characters and stuff.
But that goes against their word. They said there wasn't going to be another disc.
It would just be an option, particularly for new folks who don't want to sit back and download 2
But
years
those
worth of
people,
stuff.
those people will be complaining about it. The ones,
They'll be complaining
the
of
ones-
having to
they're
download for
they're
18 hours.
Yeah, they're going to
all the
nitpick at
updates.
anything either way. But
So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. For anybody who already owns the game, you're not buying the new game. You're just downloading the super update, and you're up to date.
right.
For new folks, this is assuming that they're going for the casual market. They advertise it, brand new game, buy Street Fighter 5. You put that disc in, all of the system updates are already there. So the newest patch up to that point, all the new super moves, new stages, like I say, everything but probably characters. I doubt they'll put like maybe season 1 characters in it, maybe. But other than that, you just basically get Street Fighter 5 with the super update. You put that in, and you can still piecemeal buy characters, earn fight money, all that kind of stuff like that.
So I want cosmetics. I want my paper bag for Ken.
I want affordable cosmetics.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
The way
I'll
Injustice and
spend
Tekken
$3
does is
just
alright.
to put a bag on Ken's head. That would be hilarious. I'll give you $3 for that. Easy. I'll do that right now.
That'd be the only time I pay Capcom at the moment. Until they they probably make some vast. I think they will do vast changes for Super Street Fighter 5. As much as low expectations I have, I think they will do that, and I probably will be fine and actually like getting back onto it.
Because I've been saying, I thought too, with MVCI, it looks like they're really only probably going to plan to support that game with like extra stuff.
Yeah.
For maybe a year. Because I think more than anything, once Infinity War happens next summer, they might come out with a couple more things after that, and no real big ad after that. I think.
I mean, it might be like an Ultimate or Super Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite too. That could happen too. So
Possibly, but let's assume that game does well. Maybe they funnel that money back into Street Fighter 5, which they're still having to support. Up until 2020. Pretty much like how I do my business. My accounting business pays for this stuff. So, it's like there's the one business that makes money, and then there's the one business that helps me out at tax time. Oh, I hope the IRS didn't hear that. Never mind. That's what I hope happens anyway. I'm actually hoping MVCI not only is good, but actually does well. Because I want Capcom to be around, dang it. I don't want them to just go away. They could still do. They could be good. They just have to remember how. Is all.
if they can.
And I still enjoy Street Fighter 5. And I feel like I'm one of the few folks who's not afraid to admit that. Totally seeing everything wrong with it, I still enjoy it. Even when I'm playing Sam. Cheating ass Rashid.
Yeah, I'm at a point where, yeah. He was telling me he used to give me the hell for that Starfire comment too, or no, it's not Starfire. Starfire is that girl from DC Comics.
Oh yeah, Red Hood. We forgot about talk about that.
Oh yeah, Red Hood.
Red Hood. So if you got the Ultimate Edition or the Fight Pack 1 or the Collector's Edition that just came with like the extra skin stuff, any of the more than normal edition of the game, you're getting Red Hood Tuesday. Everybody else has to wait till I think week after next.
Huh. Okay.
To get them. So that's cool. So I should be playing some Red Hood when I get back from the courthouse on Tuesday. I'll probably play it Monday night. It'll probably hopefully be unlocked by then, but guessing how the PlayStation Store works, probably won't be the Tuesday afternoon. But either way. So yeah, I just forgot to bring that up.
Yeah. Surprised you could still play Street Fighter 5 though.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you were saying the gameplay was like, I mean, you'll still like it, like when you're playing with Sam.
Oh, well, I just don't play him very often.
Yeah.
I don't play anybody very often. I jump on like in the mornings, like when I'm getting up for work. I get up early. I've actually been practicing. I get up early. I get up earlier for work, not really by choice much anymore. But so I usually get about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, depending on how early I wake up before I go to work now. Um, I think if I tried, I can easily get to platinum now. I'll be killing these gold folks now. So I have gotten a little better at the game, and now with the one frame armor back in the EX,
that helps.
that's I was playing a little bit this morning, and I was like, man, that's nice to have back.
Yeah.
So all right, that's all the questions we got. I think we're gonna call it a night.
Yep.
Call it a month.
Probably gonna still stop from not playing too much for Street Fighter 5 at the moment. Unless there's like casuals or tournament, then like I'll come.
I tell you, since we're not doing a tournament on the 24th, and I should have that day free if we want to do like an online tournament or something like that. I might bring it up in the group.
I'm okay with it. I don't mind it.
Or at least just an online get together, and I can stream it from here, and we'll just make a lobby, and we'll all get together and laugh and have a good time.
I'm cool with that too. We used to
oh
do
yeah,
that
that'd
for
be cool.
Ultra.
We can do like this hour we'll be streaming this game, and then I switch over to different games or something like that. Oh.
We did that for Ultra, then it just never happened afterwards. Yeah, we did the Ultra.
Oh
Super
yeah, on
4.
Steam.
We did the hack.
When I beat you and John.
Yeah, we did the hack.
Hell yeah, let's do that again.
We did the hacked version of Ultra. Remember, we did the Ultra. Did an Ultra mod
with the Ultra mod. Yeah,
Yeah.
we sure did. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah,
We're
we can do that
prepping early before Ultra's release.
Yeah, sure did.
Yun being the cheap character he was.
Yeah, we can do that again. Yeah, we'll see if we can do that. At least do it like an online get together or something. Because like I said, got the 24th off now.
Yeah.
And I got all this money. Well, not all this money, but money I'm not spending on a.
Tekken's gonna be the big concern though. We got Tekken for PS4 only, right?
Yeah, that would be the problem. Everything would have to be on PS4.
Yep. I only got it on PC, so problem for me. I can't make it to those lobbies.
Oh, too bad.
Yep. Well, not really. You're probably not in concern. It's like
we'll figure something out. Go. I'm sure like Paul has somebody go over to his house or something.
Yeah, maybe Paul would probably invite me to his place.
Oh, the cool thing about 7 too is it has a built-in tournament mode.
Yeah, it does, and double elimination.
Yeah, double elimination, but you can't change how many games you play though, right? It's
Honestly,
always just one game sets, right?
I have no idea.
I'll have to look into that because if you can set it to like 2 game sets and put it in tournament mode, yeah, we can do like a couple tournament modes. Shoot, I might even see if I can get some prizes or something. I got some old Steam game codes for some old Capcom games if anybody wants them. I need to do something with before they expire. You hear that?
Yeah, I heard that too.
I think that's your bottle. I think that was your bottle. Anyway,
I thought it was a computer acting up. It was a computer making noise.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Not sure if we're gonna have a Fightcast next month because, like I said, I got a lot of personal stuff going on over the next month and a half. That if it all goes well, you'll know. I'll be posting some cryptic things that folks in the know will know what I'm talking about. I'm sure. But
I'm interested.
Some good things hopefully coming up in the next month. Some business stuff. I have some new business venture that I'm looking into starting up and everything too. So there probably won't be a Fightcast next month. And I hope to be online a little bit more. Once the quarterly stuff is over at the end of, about the middle of July, then I should have a little more free time through the summer at least. So, and like I said, in case you wouldn't hear it earlier, no Sosa Showdown, June 24th, but I would like to do something in August. I'll just throw that out there. Don't hold me to it, but I would like to see if we can do something here in Mobile in August. Got some stuff coming up in September.
Do you think like venue requests might help? Like just a shout out or? You think like a venue shout out would be needed or like just where if anyone knows any information about venues or not?
Oh yeah, if anybody want to throw stuff like that at me, it's good. I really want something where I'm not time restricted and it's a location to ourselves. We're not having to share with something. I don't want to do that anymore. Last couple times we did that, it did not work out well. I mean, it worked out, but I wasn't happy with it. So I prefer to have place of my own.
You voted
So-
Trump last year.
So we'll see. Who? Okay, yeah, it's definitely time to go when he starts talking. All right, so that's it for this month's episode of the Fightcast. If I end up doing one in July, if you're in the group and everything, I'll advertise you see it. But there probably won't be one in July, so probably look forward to one in August. Happy E3, everybody, and see you next time, I guess.
All right. See ya.
Thanks for joining us. We out.